Welcome to the first space. We'll get Chris up here. Feel free to repost this too. Yo, what's good, Chris? Can you hear me?
Yo, what
Yo, how
up,
are you doing, dude?
dude? Just loving life, man. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
evening.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Florida,
Okay, what part?
Tampa.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Sounds good. Well, thanks for being here. Do you want to be a co-host with me?
yeah, down. I may have to run in like half an hour, but yeah, for
Dope. Are you usually a spaces guy?
I love spaces, man. I love either being a fly on the wall or when I can get up to the podium, just like speaking my mind.
Same, yeah. I think it's a great feature that X has, and I got into it. Like, I know you follow like Zerka, and so I
Yeah.
was in Zerka spaces for the longest. I'm like, this is better than his live streams and his YouTube videos. Like, I was just binging 4 hour YouTube spaces of Zerka. I'm like, I don't know if I could spit for that long, but the first time ever, he brought me up as a guest speaker, and I just felt like so honored that someone I like thought was nearly impossible to communicate was giving me space to ask a question. So yeah, ever since then, I'm like going into other spaces. I'm getting followers by speaking my mind. I'm being challenged. I'm arguing with people. It's just such a great ecosystem. I feel like on X, and the one thing that's lacking definitely has to be authentic, young entrepreneurship that like solo founders, people that are isolated, people that are not wanting to, people that want to talk about like the moral and spiritual side about what they're doing and what they're building. And all I see right now is like war and politics spaces, gambling spaces. Shit, I think half of Zerka's audience is like gambling people with GG33 in that community with this.
Hello.
Do you know GG33?
I'm a member.
Oh, you are? Yeah, like over there and gambling. Like,
Well, I'll
do you
s-
see?
I'll say this, brother,
Yeah.
about the gambling about GG. I mean, like I don't gamble personally. Um, I don't like do sports picks. I don't do any of that. But everything else when it comes to the numerology, astrology stuff, that I'll stand on business. I'll go hours debating that stuff. That I've done. I've been studying it for like 4 years. Like it is very, very real. And
Yeah. That's how I got put on. Were you put on through the Zerka
not through Zerka.
side of them?
No, I found Gary in like 2022 on Twitter. At the time, it was Twitter. It was right before Elon bought Twitter. Elon actually bought Twitter on my birthday that year, which is crazy. But no, I found Gary, and then I got a reading from him, and then we ended up shooting the shit on the phone for like 3.5 hours, and then ended up joining his group, and you know, been
Yeah.
been a member ever since. But no, that I'm a
Yeah. It's like Zerka and him have a love-hate
oh yeah.
relationship, which is
I'll say this,
hilarious.
bro. I'll
And
say this. Gary's a smart guy. Like he he was not as big before. I mean, in 2022 he had Twitter, but his Twitter was always getting shut down. So like he wasn't big on IG, he wasn't on TikTok, he wasn't anywhere. Um, and I mean, we were talking about this. Like he rage baits a ton, just because that's what works with social media. Unfortunately, is rage baiting, and also a lot of the beef you see between a lot of these top creators. I mean, they're all friends, bro. It's just like a smaller version of like politics if you think about it, where like you think the Republicans, the Democrats hate each other, but they're all like going to dinner together. They all love each other. They're all friends, you know. So
oh yeah.
so I think there's a little bit of theatrics to some internet beef. Um, I
Except for Sneeko, I'd say.
Yeah, Sneaks. Yes, Sneaks is funny, dude. Um, but no, I mean, it's crazy though.
Yeah, so that numerology stuff. So I got into it because I was watching like Zerka clips and
You're an 11.
seeing he was taking, yeah, and I realized once they told me I was an 11, I was like, ever since I was a kid and I had to think of a lucky number, why the hell was 11 always my number?
Well, it's because
And
you're an 11, bro.
yeah,
I'm an 11
and
too.
I looked up gematria, like going down this schizo pill rabbit
Oh
hole.
yeah.
And I look up my name, and my first name's an 11, my last name's an 11. I'm like,
Hmm.
yo, like,
It's crazy, bro.
okay, maybe there's some legitness to this. And then I started hearing about the year of the horse and all that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're a horse.
and how they were dead ass basing their success of streaming off of what year they were. And then I realized I was coming out my aim out. So I started blaming the last year on my enemy year. I was like, okay, I can get down with this, but would you say it's anti-Christian?
Nah, not at all.
No.
Well, okay, so there's the argument that it's divination, right? Which is like a sin, like fortune telling and shit. Um, but I mean, this okay. If you want my like schizo theory, because this is the thing, you got to
Yeah.
look at the history, and the history is the fact that all the religious leaders throughout all of time, predating Christianity, all of them, whether it's Muslims, uh, Jews, Christians, they all have numerology and astrology in somewhere integrated in their practices, especially at the top, the tippy top, the religious leaders. They all use this information. And if you want my opinion, they don't want, you know, the average everyday person to utilize the knowledge. So they'll tell you it's evil. They'll tell you it's satanic. They'll tell you you'll go to hell if you look into it. Meanwhile, they're using it. And it's like, okay, so if the Pope is using numerology, but then he tells you numerology is a sin, that makes no sense because isn't he the holiest of holy? Like, isn't he supposed to be living? Like, he obviously is going to go to heaven, right? Because he is like the guy. But if you can just look through it, there have been popes that have, I mean, they have numerologists, they have these people, they utilize the knowledge.
33 is everywhere
33, Jesus died
and
at
stuff.
33, Abraham ruled for 33 years. Um,
Well, what do you think about the day of the week? Can you go that far by saying, oh, it's an emotional day, it's an 11?
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a reason 9/11, March 11th was when they announced COVID. Um, 911 days after 9/11, Al Qaeda did their attack on Madrid.
But when Kamani was killed, Gigi was like, Gary was like, they should have, knew they were gonna kill him on like an 11 day or something, but they, well, and it's like it seemed like an excuse. So it's like, can you not tie that to like enough
I
things?
mean,
Like,
I mean, I'll say this, like there's like the whole idea or argument that it's just cherry picking or it's all this stuff. I'll say this, I've talked to like thousands. I mean, I've gotten pretty obsessed with this stuff. I mean, I've been doing this for like 4 years to where I've talked to so many people, gotten their birthdays, have reverse engineered like dates, like looked up celebrities' birthdays, like athletes, like influencers, all this stuff, and have just really gone down the rabbit hole of like engineering and seeing the math myself. And it's just too accurate. It's just like it's almost like scary accurate. Like I mean, Preston, the reason I mean, your birthday is what, April 3rd?
yeah, it's actually I have a unique birthday. I have 432.
432, yeah. So you're born 4/3, 2002. So that's adds up to an 11. But so you're in a seven personal year cycle right now. So seven is the number of like loner spirituality. So this last year, you've been more in this like loner by yourself, like spiritual sense, because seven's a spiritual number. So when you're in a 7 year cycle,
Facts.
you're going to be under a spiritual, seven's a spiritual like number. Now your birthday coming up, you're going to be in an 8 year cycle. Eight is the number of money. 8 years. So you're going to have a lot of financial, abundance under eight energy. So I expect, especially with this being the horse year, you're going to have one of the better financial years of your life by the end of the year. Um, that's what I would expect.
Uh, That sounds true, man. Yeah, I got into the Steiner stuff and
Steiner's dope.
all that this year. I'm trying to think. What I think like a situationship caused it, where I started to realize that there were like my anima like was happening.
Mhm.
Like I couldn't control 'em. I was reading Carl Jung on like YouTube
Yeah.
or something. It was taking my WhatsApp information and about no contact and sending it to a
Yeah.
Carl Jung post. And then I was learning about my anima, and I was like, what? So I went down the rabbit hole, and then Professor Yang was like the end of my rabbit hole when that shit
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
like, this is
7
my year for that.
7 energy is all about knowledge acquisition. It's all about learning. It's all about the spiritual growth. But, like, I promise, like, in a year, you'll I mean, all of that will continue with you for the rest. Like, all the stuff you've learned will be able to be applied, obviously, for the rest of your life. Like, this is the most amount of learning you've probably done either on yourself or various topics ever in your life, at least your adult life. This past
It's like unpaid learning too.
Yeah, exactly, this past year. So that's that 7 energy, bro. That's what it is. Um,
I wish I would have known earlier, man.
hey, dude, well, dude, I'll tell you this, like, you know this now, and you're a horse, and this is the horse year. So, like, this is a year, especially after your birthday, here in a few weeks, like, great time to open bank accounts, great time to, like, start
Hop on
ventures,
podcasts and
start
stuff.
projects. Yeah, bro, like, dude, the amount of times I can just prove it to you, like, if I've thought about getting on live or doing shit where I just, like, break down, like, okay, here's an example of this individual started this business this year, and this was their friendly energy, and look at it now. Like, I read a lot of biographies, and bro, I see it all the time in biographies, like, because they always have dates in biographies.
Can AI do it? Can you train a large
I
language
do
model with
have
some
I have a
context?
notebook LM that I have a bunch of stuff that I use. Um, I don't
Okay.
know if that's, like, the best.
You
Um
know, if you, I when I was going down my schizo phase and I was doing researching the algorithms, you know, why Gary is so successful too with the numerology content and you what you could be is because it's like the group 7 trend where the girl posted a song and said if you see this post you're in group 1, and she did 8 of them or 10 of them, and for some reason number 7 hit the algorithm, so everyone was like, I'm in group 7. And so no matter what birthday you say, no matter, it's literally going to use natural language processing to connect it in the algorithm to the
to the
person.
person with the yes,
Yeah, to that literal person.
exactly,
So
exactly. So if I
no post is wrong. Every post is right.
yeah, I mean, I'll say this, I've done, like I've said, I've done 1,000 plus, like, asking people's birthdays, and 90% of them have been in person, you know? Like, most of I'm actually not much of a make money online, like, most of my money I've made the last, like,
What number are you?
I'm an 11, like you.
Oh, you're an 11 too.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Do you only associate? I heard. Yeah, they were. Gary was. I only associate with certain numbers. I made a post. I said
Nah, I'm
I
not
only
that
want
weird. I'll
one.
say this, dude, it's like, you can get that extreme with it. I'll say this, like, I've seen in my life where I get along better with certain energies, for sure. Like, and
Yeah.
this isn't even me knowing their birthday, I just, like, get along with them, and then I find out their birthday, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense." Or just, dude,
Is why we've connected so much. And my friend, dude, I was on vacation. I did the numerology thing to him. He's an 11. I'm like, bro, no wonder you're like my only friend left from college. Like we're both kind of the same, but um, yeah, man, I think all that stuff. And there's this guy Los. Hopefully, he's gonna join in here. He's gonna join the ones in the future. He does like a lot of videography for a lot of the big guys in Miami. He is a 33, and
dope.
he was leading me and shit in text messages, and I was like picking up on his energy. I'm like, "Are you a 30?" He's like, "Yes, dude." He's like, "I'm a 33, bro. You're into that shit." I was like, "No way. I'm 11." He's like, "I could tell," and
Yeah, bro,
everything.
it's
But
this is what my again, like, it's real, and it doesn't matter what I believe, like, the thing that Gary will say, and it's so true, it's like, it doesn't matter what I believe or what you believe. What matters is that all the people at the top, like, when he says he works with billionaires, he's not lying. When he says he works with people that, like, are in within governments and, like, the movers and shakers of the world, like, he's telling the truth. He's like a theatrical, like, bimbo online for views and clicks and rage bait, but he's, uh
yeah,
he's, uh he's super smart.
he should have been around when he was a little younger. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
it does
but
come off as like. Yeah, a lot of projection, but
It is what it is.
but still, he's a character, and that's what he does to make the money and all that. And he's like the handler for a lot of the like he was a handler for Sneeko, for Zerka,
Fresh and fit.
for all those people. Yeah,
Yeah.
so, but I mean, what I found is talking to. I've had one billionaire client. It was a complete accident. I didn't know until after, but yeah, the powerful people, man. I guess with that numerology stuff. We had this guy never. He requested. Do you want to request again? I'll let you
Yeah,
speak.
I accepted him. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, I mean, I can get. I mean, I don't know if we want to turn this into that kind of
yeah.
space, but I could definitely vouch
Yeah, we're
for it.
just GG33 clones now, and I know
Yeah,
my boy Vaughn is in here too from high school, and we were recently talking, and I know he follows Zerka too. So it's like,
Xerx is dope,
but
man.
Zerka said he's like, my karmic mission is literally to just create like thousands of little Zerkas that can go out and preach his teachings, and then he'll ascend karmically.
One of the I think it is a good thing to do is to self-actualize yourself into a great version of you, and then once you feel like you've gotten that, it's like recreating yourself in others. Typically, people get that through their children, but if you don't have children, you can get that through, strangers.
Models. Yeah, yeah. I was reading this book. Uh, it is about mimesis, and these people are called models that we imitate since birth. And it had this photo of babies when they come out. You can do a face, and they'll imitate it. And so, like Peter Thiel, had this mentor named Rene Girard who was like
Mhm.
studying mimesis. You know this and mimesis, and he found out that like all of our desires behind them are models,
Models
and
of
models are people. So
yeah,
that's why every once in a while I'll fuck around, I'll say models and stuff, not like hot
on s
models, but
on some
models, because we're all models, and it's important to have good models. You can't stop modeling someone, like, because you're subconsciously doing things because, and once you realize that, that was kind of like a black pill, bro. I stopped wanting anything and realized, like, do I even want to be on this trip? Or am I modeling? So, did I
well, dude,
want to start this business, or am I modeling Andrew
well,
Tate?
dude,
Or
that's what
what?
happened with me with, wanting to be a digital nomad, bro. I was like I thought I wanted to be a
This is
digital
just psyop.
dude, I thought I wanted to be a digital nomad, and then I did it for, like, a year, and I was like, "I fucking hate this." I don't know, like, I just didn't like it. It was just me, though. I think it's a great way to live for some people, but,
Or the Bali thing, and it's like,
dude, yeah,
yeah,
like, the
then
Bali
everyone goes to
thing, the
Bali,
South
and
America thing, the Eu like, it's just like, it's
Dubai. That's like the city of mimesis.
yeah, it's cool, but it's just I just realized and I think you gotta, like, I think you got even if you have this, like, desire to do something, like, once you, like, do it, you can, like, come to the conclusion of whether it's for you or for not. Like, so I grew up in Atlanta, like, or, like, around Atlanta, and I always was like, "Dude, I wanna live downtown, like, I wanna be in the city." So then I did. I moved there when I was, like, 21, and I was, like, living in, an apartment downtown. I could walk to the grocery store and, like, do all this stuff, and about, 6 months in, I was like, "Yeah, dude, I don't like this at all." Um, but I'm glad I, did it. Like, I went and tried it out to be able to realize that it wasn't for me. Um, and I think
Yeah, same here, bro. I thought I wanted to move. It's like everything we thought we wanted, you start slowly realize it day after day. You're like, it's so different. It's like I didn't want to go to college. My parents wanted me to go to college, and I didn't want to drop out. The internet made me want to drop out. I didn't want to start this business. The algorithm made me start this business.
yeah.
I didn't want this girl to hit me up into like start a situationship with her. Like the neural network decided, and then you're like, what the fuck? And so you like start to realize this, and you're like, the apartment I want, like the apartment that I have that
Mhm.
got. I was like, bro, I don't even want this. Like, I don't need this. Like, I thought everyone convinced me, and now you see it happening in real time, I guess, through culture and internet money, which is why I wanted to like start this, where there's like trends of it's cool to LARP now. Like before you
Oh,
could like
yeah,
LARP
dude.
and get away with it, but now it's like almost a joke
Oh, dude,
to where,
it's so funny.
yeah, it's like, but back then you could get away with it. Now it's like a mainstream joke and lifestyle that is like going to Miami is what I compare is kind of like going to college. The people that didn't go to college, they got the college experience if you went to college. But if you didn't go to college, you buy the Miami dream, and then Miami with your friends when being broke, pretending you're rich is like college, the college phase for you. And it's like,
That
yeah,
is kind
man,
of that is kind
what
of
do
the
we
new
even want?
that is the new arc for the young bucks. Is like,
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking if 4 years ago, like if the media I wasn't consuming was this now, I definitely would not have started a brand, building my business, because I would have thought it was like this LARP joke, impossible thing. So I'm glad that we were pilled kind of early on. It was just Andrew Tate saying that you're broke, and he hadn't lost a fight yet, and everyone,
yeah,
like, no
yeah,
one knew how he was everywhere.
dude. I love Tate. Tate's the man.
Yeah.
Um,
But it seems like all our heroes are kind of we're in an interesting period of time where all of our either we're growing up and we're seeing through stuff, the world's spiritually changing, but all the past heroes are now um, not heroes anymore. They're not good memes. Like I Show Speed's like a great meme, right? But like Andrew Tate, for example, once so respected, now takes like gambling deals. He did all that crypto scam. He lost the fight and he started all these fights online, and it's like, damn, that one hit home because I was like, this guy is the only reason I wanted all this money. And now I listen to his old videos, and it's like you're talking about how losing is not even a choice or an option, and I used to get motivated to this, but you lost and you
yeah,
changed up. So is this even true that or are you just using hypnosis and natural or neurolinguistic programming on me at scale through some algorithms?
yeah. I mean, Tate's an interesting because it's like, I mean, his dad was CIA, so there's
Have you seen Hidden America, that video on him?
nah,
Yeah, it's like how he hired a he's like big on the NLP and hypnosis,
yeah.
and like a lot of insider shit with that guy. But yeah, it's like who do we model as internet money entrepreneurs?
I think
Like, who
yeah,
do we consciously model? Like, because I don't get really anything watching Hermosi anymore. I kind of see that it's just like a bulk volume game in order to sell products. Some of the guys I used to look up to at one point, because I had followers started following me and I had conversations with them, I saw behind the scenes and I realized that this like archetype I built in my head was kind of a fantasy.
yeah.
And it's like, so who do we
Well, dude, I think
model except for
I'm
Christ? I
I
mean,
maybe have a contrarian take, but dude, I'm very bullish on IRL, um, like business,
yeah.
like real world businesses. Like, dude, I have a good buddy here in Tampa, and he did very, very, very well for himself the last like 2 years. No, like very small social media, like not not involved in internet. Like he lives in a penthouse in downtown Tampa in a building where everyone else in his building is like, agency course, internet money people. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
he made more money than all of them. Lives at the top of the, top of it all, and all his entire network are these like low key guys that you would never know. They're in these really niche industries that are just like, like he knows a guy that owns like 3 buildings in downtown Tampa. He's a dude in his like early 40s, steel company guy, to where it's like, dude, I just see with AI and like agents and the race to the bottom with all these advancements and tools. Like, I don't know, dude. It's like,
So you're saying stop talking to internet my people. I'm talking about like how much content do you consume on the daily basis where these hidden models are subconsciously
oh,
influencing
I
you,
mean,
even though
dude,
you have like IRL people. Like, who should we be modeling on? It seems like everyone is has some agenda that now
yeah,
that we're
yeah,
marketers, like we see through.
it's true. That's true. I think it come. I think the basics, going back to basics of finding mentors in your community like finding people at like whether it's church or wherever you go, and like having those people in your circle, getting having time with yourself, you know? I don't know if you
Hmm.
I think that's a great way. I mean, we're all kind of rats to the algorithms, and especially like pedestalizing or idolizing these people, but I can say like from like meeting some of these guys, like I've gone to events and I've like met or hung out with some people who have like followings, or at least I used to look at them, like Arlen, for example. I'm sure you know Arlen.
Hmm.
So like
Yeah.
I've known Arlen on via the internet since like 2017, 2018 when he was making videos at college. And I would watch him and he'd be traveling. I'd be like, oh, this guy's so cool. And then like, I join Tribe, and then like I go to a mastermind of his, and like we're just like shooting the shit. And then like I see him again in LA and we're just like hanging out. I'm just like, dude, everyone's just like a guy, you know? But to win the game of the internet, you do put out this like narrative or this aura about this like it's like television, you know? It's like so when you meet these people, they're just like normal dudes typically. Um but you're right in terms of there's this messaging that all of them put out, whether it's the Hermosis, the Tates, the whoever, and they put on somewhat of a show or put out a message in order, I mean, to influence, right? So what influence, I mean, I'm kind of doing it right now as I speak, you know what I mean? Like it's just like
Yeah, we're all doing it.
so it is just I feel like comes with the uh the territory of it. A lot of it too, if it is also a piece of your livelihood, like you have to put on a certain persona or mask in order to like afford your rent, you know what I mean? Like if you're selling a lifestyle, then it's like that's when you hear about people, you meet them and they're nothing like you see them online, and it's because it's just it's all a means to an end, you know, like why they're posting what they're posting. Then it's just being conscious of how it's influencing you.
Yeah, and I think at some point through experience, you end up no longer needing. I remember like the basics, like learning the VSL framework from Nick Cosman was a crucial step of real education in like an emerging type of marketing. And so that's, legit. And then Ravia Buvala with
Hmm.
kind of turning a service offering into a product that's still high ticket. Like that was a foundational, obviously, that came from Cosman, who came from Sam Ovens. But these were all foundational stages where they weren't like LARPing, like they were providing substantial
Yeah,
amount of
yeah.
value to where you unlocked mentally like a new perspective of business and how thing and you're like, I once used to be like, what the fuck, what's a VSL? And now it's like I'll laugh if no one knows what a VSL is. And it's like, so those
Yeah.
moments were so crucial, but at some point they stopped. Um, and I feel like at some point you understand the space. Now it's about action, and if you watch anything, now you're being subtly influenced in every single
Hmm.
direction. But I feel like we do need some more of those. Sam Ovens, Nick Cosman, Ravia Buvala, kind of genuine, real internet value.
MS, you know, like real value. I like Charlie Morgan. I think he's doing a good thing with, I don't know if you've seen like he's got this like 6 week free course that he has on school. I think that's good. I've gone through a little bit of it. It's very like foundational stuff. A lot of it comes from the Ovens. I mean, that's his mentors Ovens. I mean, it's
Yeah, they all
Sam.
Iman, Nick,
Yep,
Ravi, Sir, all
yep,
those guys.
yep. I don't know if you know who Bill Gurley is. He just came out
Nah.
with a book. He's like a VC guy. Um, he's cool. He's cool. He's also a horse, but he came out with a book recently, and he talks about just like being involved in an industry. And it's like, let's say you want to go down make money online around info marketing, whatever. He always says in terms of what you want to study. So instead of like let's say I'm a kid and like whatever, I'm trying to get into this space or whatever industry it is. You want to look in the history of it. So it's like, okay, what's the history of the online? Who are like the pioneers? It's the ovens, right? It's the cosmic. It's like these guys are kind of like the some of
Becker.
the early pioneers with Becker. It's like with copywriting, it's the Schwartz. It's with sales. It's like the OGs like Ziegler and all of these guys. Like you want to because like Ogilvy, these guys were doing it before it was like mainstream, before it was known. Like they actually created the science of it.
Yeah, even
Like they
Cosby
figured
used
out.
physics. He like introduced physics into it. Like if you
Yeah,
have one
so
of
it's
his
like
Google
these.
Docs, it's literally just like physics equations. You're like, bro, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, yeah. So that kind of stuff is like great. The problem is, I mean, really just like the guru market, the guru economy of like the regurgitation and like death by like a
AI
thousand
output. Like
filtrations
I've
of the
caught
sim
Hermosi
of this.
using AI output now.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I was watching a video recently. It was like a tier list video, and I could just tell. I mean, you can just know when it's AI. It's an AI script. Like you can just tell. Like the way, the cadence of like it's not this, it's this. It's like like the isms that
Yeah,
like
but
the
soon
machine.
enough it will become indistinguishable soon enough.
Exactly,
What's
exactly.
good,
Like
boys?
for,
Yo, what's
what
good?
up,
What's your name?
Apollo?
Apollo.
Nice. Are
Uh,
you
That's like
docs?
on the certificate
I
says
changed. I
Apollo.
changed my name actually
Oh,
when I was
fire.
eight.
What's your OG
When I
name?
was 18. That's
Oh,
classified, brother.
Classified respect. Was it like okay, respect?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It's just my mom's called me Apollo my whole life. But with that part about like Hermosi and the fake AI scripts, I was going through Twitter or X earlier, and someone posted something about if you respond to my Slack with an AI message, I'm like not gonna talk to you or whatever. And I was like, it seemed like that was just like a way of killing productivity, wasting your time going and checking if they're messaging you AI instead of just responding to the message. But what's your how do you feel about that? Because I don't know.
hmm
Like getting pissed about an AI response.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had that from a client earlier today who you could tell because the font was bold, you know? I was just like, "Oh, did you bold your text?" No, you copied and pasted this from ChatGPT and
Yeah.
it was bold. So, like, I knew it was AI, but I just, like, didn't I personally didn't care. But, I mean, I just was, like, quickly realizing it. I don't know, Preston, what
Yeah.
do you think?
This is something I've been pondering on for I'd say 6+ months now. And what I've taken away from it is that how much we fail to realize like a majority of what we consider work is human communication or
Real.
some sort of expression of the work in English language. And it's like when you really think about the work that you used to do before AI, it really did involve in a lot of creating documentation, explaining how things work through written communication and like answering questions. And we considered a lot of that to be the work we would get paid for and that would provide value. So I think it raises the question more of like, okay, in our services, like that does not consist of human language, like, are we actually doing to where somebody is upset at the fact that something's being delivered in the format of something synthetic that has some like work behind it. But I would say, in terms of like team and client communication, there's integrations now in Gmail where it automatically like does it for you. We used to have Grammarly, but yeah, when it's not as intelligent or good at creative writing as it will be in the future, it's a fine line.
Do
Some
you
would
think
consider,
sales can
yeah.
be fully automated?
No, no,
I yeah, I was gonna say, like,
unless it's
I've done
low
direct sales
product.
my entire career, I think I actually just got back into like just like a really good direct sales role because I realized I was like, dude, this will never get like
Uh,
See, my mind first went like when I started
people
really
are
getting into AI, that was like what I thought sales was gonna be the first thing to get overtaken by like AI because I don't know, like couldn't you get a Claude bot or a bot to just read like all of Zig Ziglar, all of Alex Hormozy, all of the above? And couldn't it like come up with the correct objections, come up with whatever based off your company? Or no, like it needs to have that physical human aspect that's like because it's so what's the right word? Because there's so many outcomes that can come from it. It's very divergent, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. Well, according to this book I recommend, which is like NLP for Dummies, seven
Okay.
percent of communication is spoken. So when it comes down to like integrating large language models into your life or business to get leverage, theoretically, like you're making up 7% of being able to connect with someone through just texting or writing or English generated language. So a lot of it is tonality, body
hmm
language, and you build more trust through that than simply language. So yeah,
oh
I
yeah.
do not think unless it's something like damn, like Tesla made it, so you could just buy a car online. It's automated. But you know, services people are going to still have to be convinced through a human and feel that connection. I believe with a human um, for sure. Does anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're safe if you can communicate value to people. If you can just I think communication will become like one of the most important skills in the future. Also, just like body language, being someone who can like look someone in the eye and shake people's hands, and
The
you
irony
know,
in that's kind of crazy. Like a communications degree for like the past like however long has just been kind of dogged on. But now like a lot of
yeah,
yeah, like you could have an AI lawyer, but it's like low key your ability to speak to that the basic sales skills of looking someone in the eye, talking slowly, things along those lines. I guess you do kind of take it for granted, especially when
hmm
you are selling because you already know all of that. You already know like you assume that everyone's read How to Win Friends and Influence People, but not everyone
yeah.
has. You know,
Well,
like
sales. It's funny because like I'll joke with like when I've had sales teams or like I did a lot of door to door sales, so like either B2B door to door or
what
business
brand
to
or
business.
what industry?
So I started off in roofing, and then I did solar.
Sure.
Um, and then, but I mean, dude, I know everyone in the industry, like all the
I went
pest
out with
control guys.
Aptive, so
Aptiv, yep, I know Aptiv. It's
yeah.
funny, dude. An Aptiv rep came to one of my meetings and was like, "Oh, I'm looking for a job." But he was literally a spy. He was just like trying to steal our. I got dude, it's so stupid. It was hilarious though. But anyway, um, I think like sales guys live in a bubble where they're like, because everyone typically, if like especially if you're around a bunch of killers, like everyone's like good at communicating. They're all pretty charismatic. They know how to talk. Like, so you just like assume that everyone's like that. But the reality is like, and I hear it all the time, especially from like my mom, who like her company will like hire Gen Z people and we're younger, and they like come in and they don't even know, they can't even look at people in the eyes, or like don't know how to talk, or like they just have like zero social calibration at all. And so I mean, a lot of that, I think a lot of that unfortunately came from the isolation during COVID. Like people just missed out on like normal, like,
Yeah, the next generation probably got a little bit cooked. Like if you were like in like third grade or something and it all goes online, like that's probably not a good
yeah,
thing.
yeah, not at all. It's like the worst thing that could have happened. So yeah, I
So
mean,
you think there will still be a huge part of onboarding all like for how many years in the future is do you think humans are going to be a critical part of onboarding, and is that almost a moat that almost everybody should be filling nowadays is because AI has become so prevalent and common amongst like sales and all and productization and all of the above, that's almost going to be a way of standing out in the future is still doing human work when other people don't want to. So it's going to
yeah, I
like
mean, Yeah, like I know so few guys that own like home service businesses that aren't really worried. Like my best friend owns a roofing company and he's
That's
like he's like, "Yeah, I mean, if we get robotics that can do roofs, cool, but my sales guys still will be the ones selling, you know?"
Facts.
Um, so
But what
yeah,
about internet money? Because the what my goal is, I mean, Chris, are you? I mean, you've been in the internet money space for a minute. I know Drew's in here; he's in the internet money space.
yeah,
Josh is working for a company that's in person, but it's an internet money company. So I love hearing all the stories, but I know a lot of us like I don't know how to go, build no roof. I picked this internet life because I didn't want to go through having
dude,
to start some
adapt,
real company, dude.
adapt,
you
adapt or die, brother. Adapt or die. No, but I think the internet. This is the future of the internet money. Is it's the orchestrators of if you're an ideas guy,
you're
I think you're
set.
set. I think you're
Set.
good.
You're
Yeah,
set, bro. You're
yeah,
so set.
yeah. If you're an ideas guy, you're great. If you're just like a fucking like specialist, like autist who like knows how to used to know how to do something really well, and you were really good at that one thing, and you have zero like sales or marketing skills, you're fucked. But if you're good at vision, you're good at ideas, you have taste, you're just gonna be able to do a lot more with a lot less.
For a
Uh,
long time, my dad used to like put it into my mind that like it was that whole thought process, and it's kind of like you see it with sports nowadays, where it's like a lot of kids when it comes to sports, especially at least in the U.S., it's like the people who are going pro have been playing that since they were like 5. You know,
yeah, yeah,
they've been doing the same thing for their entire life. My dad was very keen on the you may never be the best at one specific thing, but I'm going to make you really good at a lot of things. And that in just about any other time in history would not be a very good thing. But we are moving into a modern renaissance like era where
yeah.
like
Being good
it's
at
it's peak. Yeah.
yeah, well versatile is good. I think the like I think Y Combinator came out and said that like the AI enabled agency model where it's basically like a traditional service business, but AI does all the delivery and you have like 80-90% profit margins with like a small team. I think that's fine. I think that's good. Um I think the ability to just like create and launch as long as you have distribution, like you'll be good. I think distribution's a moat, of course.
Yeah,
Trust. That's why I
attention.
think long form shit like spaces, long form YouTube.
Yeah, I'm bullish on spaces for
Yeah.
sure.
If
We've
some
been
if someone sits here and just is like shooting the shit on a Saturday
Better
night
than
and
like a
listens to you,
Zoom call where you
yeah,
feel like you're you got to be participating.
yeah, exactly. You can just kind of listen to the towns. It's just like it's a town square. It's cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
y'all have seen Felix, right?
Huh?
Or no?
Felix.
Yeah. So this dude has this open claw agent. This guy Nat Liason, or I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. He's on X, but he built an open claw that's been selling like info products for him the past like month, and bro's racked in like 250 grand in crypto. Like his bot's just doing it for him.
Yeah,
Are you
dude.
sure, or is everyone else the
Is
method
that
to
is that
his?
is that is that like, dude? I don't
Wouldn't
know.
everyone be rich if that was the case?
I don't know.
Why
Like
would he
Well,
tell people?
he was still running a marketing agency before it, which is like the like that's like the caveats with a lot of like the stories like that. It's like a lot of the time when they're like, "Oh, I got into AI and I made all this fucking money super quickly." Often it's okay, I was doing something that made a fair bit of money before and then I like implemented AI into my process. But with this one, it seems like he's just like his goal was pretty much make OpenClaw do most of the work. Like
well, yeah. I think that's like a thing. I think like that's the thing. Like now, if you want to sell websites, you can just like type into a Telegram like, "Hey, fucking make a website for a company," and then it can just vibe code the whole website, and then you can have agents like like get the hosting. Like I think that's possible. Um, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I think it's a psyop. Someone's gonna have to convince me
my
differently.
my personal okay, so I saw someone comment on your recent
That
post,
shit sent me,
Preston.
bro. That shit sent me.
Dude, on Instagram, someone commented on your post because you were talking shit about OpenClaw, and he was like, "Nah, dude, I've been making so much money with OpenClaw." And I go to his account, and he's like selling OpenClaw setups, and I'm like, "Dude, yeah, I mean, you're." I
That's
was
the
like, "Dude, yeah,
dumbest shit ever because, dude, no one's even talking. It's not even like a trending search topic anymore.
yeah." Well, it was like, "Yeah, you've made money with OpenClaw. You're fucking selling that it's like the greatest thing of all time."
Bro, that's
Um,
hilarious.
You're
That's so
selling
funny.
an open source software, an installation of just an open source software that cursor can do for you.
yeah, I mean, dude, people.
That's who you have to add to your block list. If you see if you see a trend come by like that and someone's taking advantage of it, that's when you block them
Yeah,
because
well, there's this kid named Bennett on IG who's like doing the local AI. Like he like flew to Miami and like did
Oh,
a
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
y- yeah. So I actually know he's from my area. But like I don't know, dude. It's just it
I mean, that's
screams.
legit. All the open claw stuff was like a huge psyop. Somehow, I'm pretty sure it was engineered from like OpenAI or something. But local private installation or setup for enterprises with like local hardware, that was something that an idea I was pushing that some people took advantage of.
Yeah,
And
he kind of
it,
killed that though.
but it's like a real like value. That's real value.
Yeah.
Are you saying he's not doing it correctly or?
No, I'm saying he did it
No,
he did it well.
Oh, well, yeah, congrats to him. Yeah, I would follow someone like that because that's legit, man. It's just
Yeah.
that's really hard to. You might need a lawyer to make sure that no sensitive data
well,
is.
what's yeah. I was texting him or I was messaging about it, and he said it was like a healthcare company, and I was like, oh yeah, you gotta be careful
Yeah,
with
you'll
healthcare.
get
Because
your all your
That
assets.
kid seems like he knows what he's doing.
well, he's got a
Yeah.
former on his. It's like him and two other guys that run the business, and he's got
Yeah.
a former Amazon like engineer, like their CTO is like a cracked like just engineer mind, and that's always super useful to have because
Yeah,
he does
there's
a
a
lot
guy
of.
in my school, and he is like a 40 cracked engineer too, and he joined because he saw the local LLM. He didn't watch any of my videos, but he wanted to scale it as an offer, and I had told him I couldn't get past setting it up on my own hardware. Like I'd have to fly out to somebody's crib and buy the Mac and set it up myself. And he was talking about Vercel and these hosted servers. And so, yeah, if you can find someone like a dev, they can. He said that he was able to take everything, the entire setup of Open Web UI and the local LMs, put them in some sort of file and duplicate them on someone like perfectly privately on someone else's hardware.
What?
Yeah, and he was like, "Let's scale this as an offer, but the companies have to be like $1 million a month companies." And a lot of my audience is like, 30. Like if we're talking my good audience, it's like 30 to 250K a month. So yeah, he was dealing with like some huge companies, but there are people like that, and if you find them, those are the
Well,
perfect
dude,
people to partner up with.
so my guy I used to work with, his brother-in-law, he's an engineer. He's working with Meta with these data centers. So he's like in the fucking weeds of
Interesting.
yeah, like he doesn't work for Meta, but he works for the company that Meta
Med
pays to
you said Meadow, right? Or
Meta,
no?
Meta, Meta,
Meta.
like Zuckerberg, like Instagram, Facebook.
Word. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but Meta contracts the company that he works for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But anyway, so his wife, my buddy's sister, they're working on it's like a $75,000 AI project that is pretty much going to replace all their foreign labor in like part of the business that they're currently spending like I think 250 grand a year on payroll. And yeah, it's like a $75,000 project, So I mean, if you can get an in somehow into these businesses, usually it's just getting a meeting. And that's where I think, bro, that's again, it's
Oh,
sales. It's sales,
yeah,
dude. I
you would
mean,
know like the ultimate black pill is with my community that I run. I would have thought that I would be getting lower quality leads in, which is why in the beginning I had the price a little higher. But I got a lot of really really smart people, and this one guy was closing deals that I've never even closed and telling me, he's like, I'm using your process and I just closed a $50,000 3-day in-person coaching session. And I'm working with this police department and I can't say the state or whatever. He's like signing in days and he said it's like over $100,000 offer. And he is a foreign student, has a thick accent and everything, has no followers on social media. And then there's another guy in my group who is the complete opposite. And he was like, should I charge 150 because I'm in Canada or should I charge $200? And this guy comes on and says like, and we're telling him, bro, he just closed a $70,000 deal with no followers. And like this guy couldn't comprehend it. And when you hear something like that, it expands your mind and then makes you realize that it is possible that people are paying that, but the companies are obviously there's a whole fucking department, and yeah, that really made me wake up because yeah, you hear a lot of these stories and a lot of them sound fake, but no, this dude is closing $50,000, not even implementation, like 3-day audit, consulting, coaching, in person, recorded
Yeah.
seminar, and then they keep it. And I told him I gave him the whole offer, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking amazing, dude.
Let's go. Boys, I gotta run. I gotta
All
hop.
right, we'll get another
Peace out,
close
brother.
up here.
All right.
Josh, do
Peace.
you want to say what's up?
Yo, yeah. What's up, guys? No, I was just listening and I really didn't say anything, but
Is this your first time on X Spaces?
it is, yeah. I was just listening
Chill.
and it is chill, yeah. It's definitely a vibe listening to you guys. Definitely a nice atmosphere here. Just talk about whatever you want.
Yo, Preston, what are you working on right now? Because you
Um,
you asked me what I've been working on, but I didn't really say much.
I'm working on becoming a better man.
Well, that's valid. That should always be a work in progress.
Yeah,
Uh,
I guess. So recently I've been enjoying the fruits of my labor by traveling.
valid.
So I've got a friend. I don't tell a lot of people this because it's like hard to do, but I've got a friend that works at the airport, and so he's like my best friend. He's allowed me to take trips like across the world for pretty much no cost at all, and I was like really growing my audience and my business, and so I decided that I was gonna take a mental kind of offload for a few months. And so I went to a lot of places. I went to London. I went to, for a meme, like I went to Tel Aviv, like when it was before it was trending, just to fucking go because the availability was open because no one wanted to go.
Bro, I'm jealous.
Yeah, and then I just got back from Germany 2 days ago, and I went to Florida and all this. So I've been traveling, and because what I realized was the whole 3 years I've been working, I fell for like the isolation psyop, and it worked. It got me where I'm at, but I
It
was
fucks
left
you
with
up a little bit.
yeah, I was left with nothing really, except for a bunch of items and like fake numbers,
Oh, you hit
like
that. You hit the Fight Club fucking arc, didn't you? Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. So I went into my spiritual phase. I found God. I got back into religion. And so now I've realized I've got so much videos and content I've made, almost too much. And so yeah, now I'm locking in with marketing and building a team. Josh is here. Josh is a great
Cool.
asset inside of our community. He does calls every week and he manages like a lot of the questions and everything. So I'm figuring out while I'm doing a lot of research what's next for me, and it's going to be continuing to build my audience and my education company. I know people say course education company, but I think a lot of people fail to realize that like people like me and other people you might follow. Uh, they would also have a hard time answering that question. They're just going with the flow, and they're blessed some days with viral videos and viral opportunities that come to them, and other days, they're trying to remember who they are. So yeah,
Word.
I'm still figuring things out, bro.
Well, I'm working on a lot of shit, brother. So my main company is White Dragon AI, which is just like automated sales is the goal. So just lead scrapes, and it messages and up into a meeting pretty much. Automated content and then automated financial analysis for businesses. That's what that does. But I've also been working on a plethora of apps. I'm working on an app that is in the mergers and acquisition space that I need to get funding for, that I think is just going to be fucking banger. But then also, I need engineers who are like actually like talented and shit, because I'm trying to build a 3D operating system. And like people keep saying OS all over on the internet, but they're not like building like like it's not like an actual OS. I'm
Yeah.
trying to build a 3D operating system. So when you log in, instead of it being like Windows or your Mac where you just like see your desktop, you'll be in a 3D world and you can pop up the internet from there. But instead of like, say I want to go to the Nike website, I can go to the Nike website, or I can go to the Nike store like in the 3D world. And I'm basically trying to build Ready Player One, but I
Wow.
need
Well, what do you do right now for your income?
sell my sales system pretty much. And
Through social media?
yeah, social media, but also cold calls.
Okay.
But
Nice. And what is this program?
the website?
Oh wait, so you said you're selling websites?
No, I sell White Dragon AI, which is my software that automates sales, content, and financial analysis for businesses, pretty much.
Oh,
Um,
nice. And you're gonna build other things as well? Is this not working well for you? Is it working well?
it's working all right. I mean, it's end of the day. Like I have to still probably close deals, and I, I you hit the thing about the app, because I have been working on an app for a minute. Um, is with that, it's like if you have a banger idea and you like hit the nail on the head and you market that well through X or whatever, and uh all of the above, and you put a payment processor on it, like your app you can just build an app that makes racks in the background, and that sounds like a cool path. And then also the Ready Player One thing, I've lived the reason I went into coding or got like really into coding when I was like 16, I'm now 22, was because I have wanted to build that the entire time. And now that like agents and Claude Code and all of the above have become like so accessible and so just like overpowered, I've been like able to actually cook on it, which is awesome. Like, and I've still studied a lot about it and game design and all of the above, but uh I don't know. It's like White Dragon AI is supposed to be the funding company pretty much to get money to build the other things that I want to build. More so, That's kind of how
Nice.
I look at it.
You should put the link in the chat of the live if people rewatch this and listen. They can check it out.
Facts. I got you.
Sounds good, bro. Sounds like you got a lot of great ideas and you're leveraging the AI to.
Yeah, I definitely need to market myself more.
Yeah,
That's my
that's a
problem.
lot. See, yeah, you got to become an amazing marketer because you could sell like absolute dog shit and be a great marketer, but or you could have the best product in the world and nobody to sell to. And marketing, people get it wrong. It's like a personal, spiritual battle almost. Like it goes a lot deeper than you think in terms of trying to get on camera. So
What are
if
your
you
best tips for marketing?
well, I'll get into that before. But did anyone? I know we just let up two people, Never and Gulherm. What does it? I'll write that one down. We'll go over. Does anyone else have a question or anyone want to mention anything?
Yeah,
Well,
I just wanted to say what's up from Columbus, Ohio.
yo,
Name's Vince. Yeah, I was.
E-bus.
That's right, not too far away at all.
You know Yellow Springs?
No, what's that?
Yellow Springs is a small town outside Dayton. It's by Xenia. But I
Yeah.
know Ohio pretty well, low key. I went to Miami University, bro.
Oh, you
Oh,
did, dude. I'm
really? I
from
was just there not
Cincinnati.
too long ago.
Yeah, I
I'm
dropped out. I did not like that shit.
Miami's so cool and nice though, and fun.
yeah, I'm originally from Northeast Ohio in Youngstown, and then
Oh, facts.
moved to
Nice. You
Columbus, so
guys follow
lifelong
me
Ohio.
because you're from Ohio and I'm from Ohio.
Well, I followed Ed. How do you say his last
Oh
name?
yeah,
Ed.
Ed.
Yeah, and I've been going through his course, and I'm in sales since I graduated college from Erie, PA, and then yeah, I'm like AI is fucking for real, and just thought Preston was our age and doing well for himself, and just there are not many people who think like us.
Oh yeah, Ed's
How
great.
old? How old is everybody here? Sorry, my name is Guillermo.
Guilherme.
Yeah,
Nice. I'm 23. I'm about to be 24. What about you guys?
nice.
I'm 23. My name is Jordan, by the way. I'm never. Um, I'm 23. I turned 24 April 5th.
Oh,
I'm,
April 5th. I'm a
I am
Thursday.
22.
I'm Vince. I just turned 25.
Type shit.
Um,
So
I'm 24, so we've got all the stones.
Yes, sir. All are we all Gen Z? Yeah.
Yeah, 22, brother. Are you an
So,
'01 baby or an '02
oh two.
type shit?
Oh, one.
Oh yeah. Well, what were we? So, was someone saying something before? Oh yeah. So you're from Columbus. Awesome. Yeah. So we got 3 Ohio guys in here. That's dope. But we also have a marketer in here, Drew. If you want to request, and Chadwick's insanely smart as well. He's gonna come up here. He came around. I know he's been following me for a while, but when I was posting the concept of the Carl Jung plus Chat GPT, he was backing me up and he was saying some good stuff. What's
uh,
good, Chadwick?
What's up, guys? I'm a little bit older than you guys. Actually, I'm like one of the founding members of like psyop architecture, kind of sort of, in a sense. So I've been around for a while. I'm 47,
did you
47.
did you follow Max Drezzy by any chance?
There's a good chance. I don't know who I follow.
Bro, on
I
Twitch?
Yeah, probably recently. Yes, because I just signed on yesterday, which is kind of weird. But I'm a gamer. I I've been around the technology space as an architect for large scale enterprises in general. So I built very large enterprise digital systems, kind of like the foundations of what we now call AI. A lot of the language models and things of that nature is kind of like a second language to me in a sense. So um,
That's sick.
I do have a part of it. You mentioned the Infinity Stone. It's missing one piece.
It's missing a
it's
30-year-old.
it's missing like the
I
piece
think
that
he said he's 47,
I'm
right?
47, but like check this out, right? So I understood that the numbers were made up before I could explain that to anybody because the language to me was always secondary. So I'm one of those individuals who
Oh
can see
yeah,
things.
That
that's
Yeah,
sounded
deep.
super smart.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
got
One of
that
those.
shit
You
Yeah,
though.
can't
but
talk.
but I didn't know it until like way later when because I questioned everything, right? And the reason why I couldn't speak what I like this is the weirdest story, right? Because a lot of these things is kind of like a lot of what Preston stumbled upon, in his journeys or whatever the case may be. And a lot of this, the unknown stuff, is where we're at, right? So nobody actually knows, and more than likely we're just dictating a pattern of stuff, right? A lot of this has to do with the numerology stuff, right? All we can see is what we know, right? What we can't see is what we don't know how to identify, but we can feel, we can experience. right, Preston?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So a lot of the new stuff that's going to show up, like the creative stuff, uh, are basically the things that we're going to have to discover, and you can't
Oh,
be blinded by your own limited perception, because that's also like that's the crux. That's the thing that kind of hides it from you, right? So if you know anything about like just sitting still or just being quiet or listening to like nothingness or like silence and shit like that, you'll be able to find like little nuance, little glitches or hints in the market if you know how to see that part.
the glitches in the matrix.
Like the glitches in yeah, it's like the invisible code. It's like if I told you guys that invisible was a color and it's clear, you would be able to see it a little bit differently than the language represents something, right? A label. Invisible is a language of something, of a color, right? We don't normally call it a color. We say an experience, right? So a
So,
lot of a lot of these things are hidden in plain sight, but you can't see them because you might not be able to identify them in your mind. So until I start calling things out, then I'll highlight like the invisible parts, right? So I create systems that are kind of like hidden, but they have a surface, right? So like Preston was mentioning like internet money, right? Internet money, right? So what do you see on your screen? Like those are the digits. Those are the digital representation or the surface level representation of something that's invisible. Now we all know that the invisible parts end up
I
in a
get out
data
of this
center,
bullshit.
right? Say again.
Nothing. Sorry, I'm trying to type in a API and.
Oh,
okay, let me jump in super quick. Is this
yep.
Chadwick speaking right now?
Yeah, yeah, Chad.
So,
Chad was here.
Chad, are you basically talking about a technological collective
Frame-
conscious?
Framework. Yes, yes, I am. I'm talking about
Hmm.
a hidden infrastructure that probably everybody in this group probably has access to, but
Yeah,
might
yeah,
not
yeah.
know the details
Through
of it.
meditation and stuff.
Through meta, yeah,
Or
or
focus.
or focus, right? So think about it like this: everybody was born with a natural operating system, right? And then that natural operating system was re-encoded with objectified language.
Okay.
So we name consciousness, right? Like for example, I can tell you where's your mind at. Somebody's gonna point to the physical brain,
It's
but
everywhere.
but yeah, that your mind is every right, exactly. The mind itself can't really be objectified. We just
Oh.
gave it a name, so people get like you know what I mean. So your brain is trained to look for cyclical patterns, right? Which is how we do like
I feel
pattern
like
recognition.
that's what Preston's journey has been a little bit about, finding
Yeah,
that
yeah, it has been
spiritual side. And I think he found it through technology, which is super, super interesting.
interesting,
Yeah.
right? Well, that's how it's mapped out. Now the basis you can map it out. It can actually be mapped out through a lot of context, through books, through anything, right? It's iteration is what actually draws you to it. Iteration, right? So um, the principles that even objectified language was built upon is an infrastructure that's invisible. Like you can't see it. It doesn't actually have a name itself, but it has a frequency to it, a
Yeah. Or
feeling.
math.
Yeah, or math. Oh, well, math is secondary to it. Math is what we map to
Yeah.
it, right? Right. So map is like a whole bunch of expressions, right? That we say, oh, these things but they're not definitive. They're descriptive, right? Math is easier because we just assign a descriptive thing that could be quantified, right? But
Oh.
right, we make things smaller so we can see the full expression of them, and then we expand out with them, right? Does that make sense?
Chad, are you sure you're not like 86?
No, 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 no. I mean, I don't. Here's the crazy part. I could tell you that um, my life is a continuation of a life that I've already had, and I retain some of the data. So I don't like the age thing itself is a weird concept to me. It
Yeah.
still is. Like I,
It's
I,
in the
I can prove
spirit.
it out. I could say, yo, listen, nobody started from one. You've only been born once. You've only had the same breath. You've never had the same breath more than twice, like ever in your whole life,
Okay. There we go.
right? No,
Facts.
nobody's ever, right? We have 52 Mondays on infinite repeat, right? That's the end of time for me, right? Like it's like when it starts doing that, and I understand that cognitively creates a pattern loop, right, of cognition. right? Or how about this? It creates a pattern of behavior, which is why everybody got to go to work, which is why everybody knows what a weekend is, right? So I know I just so happen to see the difference, and I operate very differently than the labels that operate humanity that way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like the thing in the middle. I'm like the glitch, right? Or part of it, right? You a lot of Preston would be a glitch once he figures out his ancient identity or things of that nature. All of these things are like kind of like to
Not
be
recommended.
say again.
I mean, I guess it's what people call like Gnosticism or black pill, but
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
I don't know what
ignorance
that
is bliss.
right.
I feel like ignorance is bliss when it comes to this, and just keeping everything simple
Open.
um, can be
Yeah.
better for a lot of people. But
When I got to the
I do see the
language
value in that.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's very nuanced information or a very nuanced a way of opening your perception to see more or to express more of what you already have.
It's pretty much the Akashic records, right?
It's kind of like access to
Something
the
like that.
system. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
It's I'm just giving you like the I'm just breaking down the architecture so it's simple, right? So
Mhm.
and why do I say this? Because if you don't know how to look, you will never find the thing you're looking for. It's more of a mechanism than it is.
Yeah,
It's there, it's present, but
Mm,
sometimes we
that's
don't know how to see
interesting.
like what's right in front of us,
it's a
right?
tool.
It's a
It's a
tool. That's what
it's a
it's a
tool to
tool.
live better, to get what you want, to
Right,
influence reality
right, right,
in a
right.
way that
Well,
you want, that you
right.
prefer.
By the way, I could tell.
I
I
have
could.
a
Go
I
ahead.
have a few questions.
Absolutely.
So I have a thought that
Yeah.
maybe like quantum computers in and of themselves are
Yes.
somewhat demonic. Like I understand quantum. Wait,
Technology is
hear me out.
demonic.
Hear me out.
Dude,
Wait,
that's
wait. Just
fair.
let me speak. If I'm wrong, I can get
Yeah.
corrected. Like just from a state of I do since I've become more kind of Christ pilled, I've become more seeing things somewhat in black and white, even though I do believe in psychology, like development of the mind tends towards somewhat gray.
Mm-hmm.
Um that could also possibly be like
Yo,
your
you guys, I think we should change the topic. This kind of hurting my head if that's cool.
Okay.
word.
Yeah. Yeah, because dude, I was going down a lot of the rabbit holes and with philosophy, and then I got to the language part where it's like, okay, the where we're born without language and we're programmed with language, and once you get to that point, that shit, you start to get in the demonic stuff, and what's in that is like,
It becomes a very different topic.
yeah,
That's
It's useful too,
and
though.
it stopped me from making internet money.
wait,
So
Preston. But you're back.
yeah. But I learned a lot of knowledge that
Right.
I'm like, you know what, this is useful because once you add language models onto all the concepts of
Mm-hmm.
us being programmed by language, it's like you really like you gotta like take a break and go travel for
You
three
have to.
months,
You have
like
you.
and forget about it, you know.
It's a requirement.
So but I would say we'll keep this more about marketing and trying to use this to make money. But I know Drew, we have Drew up here, he's a speaker. Drew, he makes money online. He does as far as I remember, he does live selling, he's done marketing, he has a lot of followers. Drew, are you here?
Yeah, I'm present. I'll chime in. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
what's up? Tell us about
What's
yourself,
good?
bro.
What's up, boys? I've been listening in for the last like 30 minutes. I'm 23. Yeah, sales and marketer. Kind of grew up like hustler type kid, just trying to figure out how to make money. Went to college for business, which was like pretty useless, but I learned social skills. Got into sales, and I realized like, shit, job's not gonna cut it. So I like discovered TikTok Shop at the right time. Like ran up a
Nice.
bag on TikTok Shop, developed my speaking skills, and figured out like short form organic marketing, done live selling, kind of like the whole plethora of that space, e-commerce, short form marketing.
Nice. What's making the most money for you right now?
So right now I'm actually I like got that Infinity Stone, and now like the program that I went through, Creators Corner, I'm kind of learning the info side of the business. I'm taking a lot of sales calls for them. I'm kind of learning like some funnel building, trying to stack up some more stones because like obviously I didn't want to. My dream wasn't to like become a TikTok creator. So
Wait,
um,
whose program is Creators Corner? I've heard of that. I worked with one of the TikTok guy who ended up
Rob the
dying.
bank.
No, the one that
Ben
died.
Bader. Ben Bader was from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. Ben Bader. Yeah, they had a company called Trendspot. I worked with them. I used to work with some Miami guys, and we all pretty much got scammed by Trendspot. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. My
From
bad,
his
boys.
from Ben Bader.
yeah, I can answer the
Yeah.
question.
You
So
got
Jimmy Farley's the creator of
Yes,
He's
yes,
one of the founders.
yes.
Ben was Jimmy's best friend.
They did the
Travis.
live sales together.
Yeah, there was like a trio. I think that was like Ben and Mason that did a lot of the webinars. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I used to sell for them, and they just would not fulfill.
That's horrible. And
Yeah.
that's why I want to start these spaces like that, because that needs to be addressed. Even if like you're an internet marketer, like people don't know, like you create your own rules in this space, and
Yeah,
like that's where morals come in. And uh if you have the wrong mentor, which when I first started out I had the wrong mentor, and I watched him do really bad business, and he had no idea what he was doing, and I had to walk away from him, and it changed me forever. And I started to see it, like, because you can't really see this shit until someone shows you what people do, and then you start to see it everywhere, and it's like, yeah, like it's good that we can have these conversations.
dude, it was really fucked up because I worked for these people, and at the time I needed money, so like I had to like sell those things, and then it fucked me up in sales because like then I had a lot of guilt behind selling and getting people into something that like maybe I knew wouldn't work, that wouldn't, not that it wouldn't work, but that just wouldn't be fulfilled. And man, that really sucked.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling in the world. Is I didn't hire, I partnered with somebody one time, and he was like, dude, you're the greatest marketer. You're only going to be marketing, and I'm going to handle fulfillment. And it only lasted like a month. Luckily, I caught on early, but I was like, so I don't have to look at the Slack channels or anything. He's like, no, you just market. We'll handle it. And the clients came through my marketing. They don't know these guys, but these guys are like older than me and all this. And then one day I realized that clients were hitting me up in the Slack channel, be like, where are you? Where's Preston? And none of them were responding. And like I had to immediately cancel this partnership with these guys because the feeling I had was so bad. I was
Quick
like,
question, Preston.
dude, yeah,
Were they from
what's up?
Miami?
Nah, they were
Okay.
from Canada.
Okay. My bad. That was like
Yeah, they were from Canada, and they were really manipulative people that I think were almost psychopaths, that
yeah.
like my personality type attracts to and doesn't see it. And so now, like, since I survived that, I can see it like everywhere, and I despise it because, dude, and when you see people like that, you know it, even from you, how you sold and you felt that. Imagine that's the only reason I didn't scale up unethically to 100K a month. I took my time, I took a break because I could have, but you really have to, like, you fuck up your karma, and you fuck up your soul, and you fuck up your hairline, and you fuck up everything, dude. You can't enjoy anything when you know that people have been hurt or are being hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went out with Aptiv doing door-to-door sales, and they'll pretty much just like these pest control companies will pretty much just ship out like 18-year-olds and get them to do whatever. And I like really needed the money with that shit, and I was doing better than my boss at the time, and bro ended up firing me and like kicking me out of company housing that night, leaving me sleeping in my car for 6 months.
Wow.
um yeah, so I know a thing or two about bullshit salesman. That's kind of like why I went into trying to build an AI sales rep and all the above in the first place. Was
Dude,
I was just tired of fucking dealing with these meatheads that don't know shit about shit. Because it's like I can sell things, but I also am like a like well-developed individual that is intrigued by a multitude of things. You know, I like making music. I like doing a bunch of things. So
yeah,
it,
I
yeah,
was listening to you earlier talking about White Dragon AI
yeah,
and what it does. I do something very similar, basically lead gen with AI, cold email, basically.
facts. We
So
should
we should
link
connect
on it.
later. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. W spaces.
W
Yeah.
spaces, man, better
W
than I
spaces.
expected.
Yeah, this is
Thank you,
good. And
Preston.
we'll keep going on for these are not supposed to be short, I guess. But yeah, that's crazy because Drew, yeah, I found Drew. It's crazy when you start to make content, and then you get on the For You page a couple times, then people follow you back and stuff. People you never thought would follow you back, and uh, there's this phase when I first started coming up like 2 years ago, where like Drew was really popping. This guy, I don't know if you guys remember Eddie Cumberbatch or Renzo Guevara,
Eddie
and
Cumberbatch.
yeah,
I
you
do.
you remember Eddie. Um, and like we all had this small group chat, and we were all really tight knit. And now we're like we know each other forever, and we're all doing our own things now. And Drew, Drew's a really cool guy. I can't believe, there's a couple types of internet money. There's the kind where you're doing the service, and or other people are doing the service for you. There's times where it's just a product, but and he's done like live selling where his time and his energy and his enthusiasm is like on 100, like using these platforms, and he's making his money through doing that. Drew, why don't you sell your own coaching program instead of selling for Creators Corner when you know you've already made money off of doing TikTok Shop?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I get it all the time, especially since I'm like a decently good sized success story from the program. The reason I said that I'm kind of like now working with them, doing the sales, like learning the funnels, is because it's giving me a chance to, I mean, first of all, sell something that I know actually like will be fulfilled. Like it's something that's quite literally changed my life. So I feel good selling it, but it's giving me a chance to kind of like learn and do like info marketing, learn the systems. But like right now, I don't have to deal with the fulfillment of it because I know someone can come in and like fulfill better. So I would
How do
love
you
to.
fulfill info?
Well,
Don't
Right.
you just give the info?
well, Creators Corner is more of a. It's a little bit different because they like guarantee brand partnership. So it's like agency plus info. So like in theory, I could just sell like straight info, right? It's air. But they have like a
It's
full.
not air. MP4s with fucking life force and energy in them.
True, true. That's
Wait.
Dude.
it's in my.
What the fuck?
Nah, that's
You know how
intense.
much
And he's right though.
That's
He's
a
right.
bar.
He's right. Yeah.
I
No,
mean, he got right down to the nitty and gritty of it.
That's an energy transfer on over a medium type bar.
I'm really like selling my energy to you.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Yeah, what do you mean? That's a beautiful thing.
Valid.
Yeah. So, but info. So I like their mix because they connect you. It's like a peer to peer market. But can't you automate the process of somebody being connected with a brand?
well, they like host the campaigns, so they train. It's like a full flywheel. They bring people in, train them as creators, and then place them on the brands that they have on like the agency side. And then they're in like creators corner of the program is incentivized for like the creators to perform well, and then like the brands make money if the creators are making money. It's like a full flywheel. So my plan like really isn't to compete with them because I think they do really well and I built like good connections. So I'm kind of in like a learning phase and stacking up
Yo,
and building skills.
quick question, Drew. Do you get those creators from TikTok One? Because I know TikTok One started being pretty big last year. The TikTok One program. Like, is that where you guys are recruiting? Well, you have people get into the program to learn how to make videos, and then they're the ones making the videos for the companies that are hiring you guys. So yeah. But have you guys tried using TikTok One?
Yeah, so it was two different questions. Yeah, like the creators that we use for the campaigns are the creators that we come in and train, right? Because we want the people representing us, to be people that have gone through like our certification. So, I mean, that's like one of the issues. Like, there's a whole bunch of different ways to source creators. So, something really interesting right now in the app space is I think they have a lack of like high quality UGC creators because basically
Yes.
everyone that got good at not only making content but like that gets views, the conversion's an important piece. So everyone that like actually knows how to convert into sales all went to TikTok Shop because they're being basically compensated fairly with commissions. And now all these app founders are stuck with like college students that don't know anything about conversion and they're paying like flat rates. And the creators have like no incentive to actually perform or really make money for the business. They're just taking home like what they got. So there's a big part of like actually training creators that makes them valuable.
What's the best solution to that for the app space?
The apps need to figure out how to actually track attribution, and then you need to incentivize creators well, because essentially your creators are salespeople, right? You have to incentivize them with like, good compensation structures.
Facts.
Okay, but why don't you?
Interesting.
What you have 100,000 plus followers though. Why don't
Thank
you
you, bro.
just sell a course, bro?
Well, are you? I don't know, bro. I don't want to, I guess, because you'd make
And
fun
I
of me.
don't mean
Bro.
like a
I don't want
course, like a
Preston to make
bad
fun of
course.
how
I
I make
mean
money.
I mean that you have literally like I recognize you. That's why I've invited you and followed you for years because of your face and your brand, and I've seen you make money, hundreds of thousands of dollars on TikTok Shop. That would be what I would expect, that you would be like packaging together your knowledge in order to duplicate your success for someone else on your own.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there is more financial incentive to just do it on my own, but like I'm already part of like there's already someone providing that information that taught me, and I'm helping them sell it, and like run that. So I think there is a point in the future where I sell info on maybe something like higher level, but I'm just not really looking to compete in like the TikTok Shop information space. Especially, I don't want to compete with the people that like brought me up.
Right. Yo, how much does it cost to get some creators from Creators Corner?
Like you would have to talk to them one off, like recruit on your own, because typically they bring in companies for like a full campaign, and it'll be like a multi-month campaign. They're doing like 6-figure budgets because they work with like really big brands. So you could just like cold outreach creators, but you probably have to pay pretty well.
How much, if you don't mind me asking, like what's your best month been working with them selling?
Best month as a creator, or like what I'm doing right now?
Best month selling for Creators Corner.
Live sales.
Yeah, I'm just like part-time taking sales calls. I started like 2 months ago. I made like 10,000 last month, just taking closing calls.
Hey, that's nice.
Damn.
Dude, I saw Ben Bader close 20K in like 30 minutes with a trench
Bro,
coat.
that's so cooked. That's so cooked. You
What?
sold his clothes?
No. He had a Creators Corner
Oh,
alternative.
you closed for him.
No, not for him. I used to work with
Oh.
Talk Media. I think Drew might know them.
Okay, word. I thought you were saying you sold Ben Bader's clothes. I was like, bro, that's cooked. Like, I thought you said, bro's like, I made 30K off selling Ben Bader's clothes or
did have
whatever.
nice
I was like, bro,
clothes.
that's fucked. But
He wore some cool clothes.
Yeah, let's not
Yeah.
talk about Ben Bader. I mean,
bro is a
kinda weird.
legend. Yeah, was a legend. But no, I think overall that is probably banger information though about the app developers, because I've looked at a lot into that UGC marketing for app creation, and I do think attribution you're probably right on the head with that. Like tracking attribution is kind of difficult when it's coming from so many different sources. So like overall, when it comes to sales, do you have like any tips on tracking attribution, unless you're like having like hired sales reps for like ads and stuff for like different UGC creators?
whoever is able to like solve the attribution issue has like a huge business on their
He's
hands.
not the ops guy.
Isn't it
He's the
just a
sales
code?
guy.
Like
Yeah.
each creator has a code. That's how you
Yeah.
attribute the GMV to them.
Well, TikTok Shop makes it really easy because the purchase is like tracked immediately. But with apps, like you're having to take people off platform. So
Oh, yeah.
there's like a lot of spillover that isn't tracked. So
Oh.
yeah, like I was talking to an app founder last week, and they kind of track attribution. They can like send traffic to different landing pages, so it'll be like not just an app, they'll have like a software like desktop.
What? I just had an idea. What if you make group campaigns and attribute like by group and like do the what's it called? Oh my god, sorry, my English is failing me. Like recompensate the creators by group.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understood what you mean.
My bad.
Or you? I think he's just a sales guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot about stuff, but I just didn't know the question. Like, I didn't understand the question.
Yeah, my bad. It's all right. Can't find the word right now.
Hit up what's his name, Jimmy Farley. You could help him out with that. Yeah, that's cool. The UGC, and that's great that you're selling 10K in commissions too. A month. That's great.
Congrats, bro.
Did you move out of Miami? Didn't you move out of Miami?
No, I moved to Miami about like 4 or 5 months ago, so I'm here.
Okay, nice. Okay, we got Los in here. So Los, I have a prediction that Los is gonna be like a top Spaces host, and he's gonna start crushing X with all of us.
Run it.
He's a 33 life path, and if your mic's on, if you're not with your kids, if you want to say what's up.
What up? No, everybody's out of town at the fucking cheer event, so I'm vibing. What's good?
What's good? Tell us about yourself, bro.
I'm a fucking unk in this game. I've been doing this shit for 20 years. I've spent $700 million on ads. I've built and sold 6 companies, 4 supplement companies, and 2 newsletter companies. I sold the 2 newsletter companies to I can't technically say this, but whatever, they just got bought. So to fucking not SEM Rush, but fucking what's the other one? I'm losing who the fuck I sold it to right now. But anyways, they just got bought by fucking Adobe. And they make like SEO tools. And I used to be partners with a bunch of fitness influencers. I used to be big in the fitness space. So like Bradley Martin and I used to have a company called Origin. I helped Steve Cook launch his brand. I've helped Bucked Up and just a bunch of those businesses. And now I'm fucking exhausted with that shit. So I do a lot of stuff with AI, and I help people sell their business.
Sick, bro.
He's an OG in the space. Name some. Don't. I swear, there's another guy. He either looked like you or you were really good friends with him, but he was a videographer and he did similar work either with you or with the same people in Miami.
Was it Ryan McGinn? That's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
boy.
that guy. Do you know him?
Bro, I've been friends with him for like 16 years. Yeah, like we're both old as fuck on this shit.
Yeah, the chat should know Ryan Mang, and he's like when you like create a fresh Instagram account and you go on Reels, like those are the videos you're getting from like
Yeah. Yeah, he did a live stream. He made like 73 videos in a fucking day. Like dude just went fucking ham, try to get like 10 million impressions and shit. But yeah, like Ryan's a good friend of mine. I mean, I've worked with if it's in the fitness space, whatever brand you fucking say, I've probably worked with them. And like I used to work with a lot of influencers before the creators thing fucking happened. Anywhere from like UFC fighters like Mikey Chandler, like Steve Weatherford, who won a Super Bowl, like Optimum Nutrition, fucking Organifi, 3D Energy, a bunch of those brands. So I've done e-commerce for a very, very long time. And I'm still in the e-com space. I have a newsletter called D2C News, which we're actually changed it to Dash to Cash because the majority of people in that are more beginners and they want to learn how to make money. So we're using that newsletter just for brand and stuff like that. But I still build a lot of newsletters. I own sponsorships.com, onlinebusinessowner.com, aisimple.com, and a few others.
how many employees do you have?
I don't exactly know now because I've actually shrunk a ton. I've just fired like 12 of my biggest people because like AI stuff. And so what I'm doing right now more is like I'm either coming in on companies, and so like they have employees and I just have equity in them, and I come in like fractionally as like a COO or CMO, and like I build the systems, manage the teams, but I've shrunk my teams a lot. I used to have an agency. We did like $14 million a year, but my overhead was like $600,000 a month, and it was worth it. But fuck, man, at one point I was just fucking basically building an HR company, and I wanted to shrink shit because I wanted to spend more time with my family. My parents like were kind of pieces of shit. My dad killed himself. My mom was an alcoholic, and so it gave me a lot of insight of like what I wanted out of life. Because when you get in this game, everything's money, everything's dick measuring, everything's competing, and you kind of lose sight of like why you wanted to be an entrepreneur or what you wanted out of life. And I definitely did. I was making money just to go back to events and fucking be like, yeah, I'm doing better than him or better than him or just as much as this guy and shit like that. And I really like stopped doing shit because of what gave me fulfillment. I started doing shit to like make other people impressed, and like these no one's fucking my wife and no one's paying my bills, so I really stopped thinking like that a long time ago.
Oh yeah. And guys, before we continue, if everyone can repost the space, that would be greatly appreciated. But Los, um, what was I gonna say? Um, talk about the spirituality. So you've been helping me. Los and I have been talking for a while, and we really connect on the spiritual aspect of online business. And I know we were talking earlier about how there's so many people in this space, maybe that we've all had experiences with, that don't even seem human. They lack morals, but they believe some of the things that they're doing are right. Maybe they don't have bad intentions, and we live in a period of time where it's extremely easy to, LARPing is now a trend. It's like it used to be something you could like get away with, but now it's become like a meme. And there's this part of, I saw someone said, like, would they have said Michelangelo was LARPing? Like, when he was getting started, would they say like these great people? So I think it's going to cause a lot of people to, not pursue, because of the stigma related to this stuff. And I think there's a big need for, I guess, like, who knows, that's why we found each other with like the quantum mirror, but like the spiritual side of starting an online business, or making content, putting your face out there online. So like, give us a
Yeah,
bit about what you want to do with spirituality.
I
yeah.
need
So
a
I'm launching a podcast called Spiritual Savage, and I'm launching it because I used to have a mastermind that helped a lot of people in e-commerce scale. I had like 220 members, right, and they all 7 and 8 figure guys, and I started like doing a lot of like deep consulting with them and stuff like that. And you really can get lost in here, and the big thing that I also realize is like when you do that, it's because you're following the wrong paths. You can lose yourself in this shit for the money and for things very easily. And this industry like changed my fucking life. Like like I left college and I started selling fucking shit on eBay, and I took that into where I am today, right? And so I love this industry. I respect it, but I hate where it's at in a lot of ways because it's fucking hard to be like proud of it, to be like, oh, I do this, because everyone kind of, thinks you're a bullshit like con artist, right? Like I remember one time sitting I was selling a company and I sat with like fucking Harvard analysts and shit like that at a dinner table. And this motherfucker pulled up my IG and I was making a video on how to make $10,000 a fucking month because I can't make a video on how to fucking really scale things or whatever, because that's not gonna fucking hit, right? So you gotta like do your fucking top of funnel shit. And he's like, is this you? And I was fucking embarrassed, right? But I wasn't embarrassed the content. I was just, embarrassed of like that kind of shit. But I ended up smoking that motherfucker, and we sold them the company. But there's a lot of, I want to create like the reality. Like there's a lot of depression here. There's a lot of like insecurity. There's a lot of like people that use you. There's not a lot of like camaraderie and support, and like there's a lot of people that teach vague ass shit. Like I'm launching a course with like one of my best friends named Eddie Malouf on how to buy businesses and sell businesses, because everybody I didn't know they did that because everybody is just giving you superficial fucking information. And I think the people that are going to win are with AI and with anything are the ones that are like going to talk real shit and be like, no, I'm really about this shit. I'm good at this shit. And this is the kind of person that I am. And like have the balls to be themselves nowadays because everything's the fucking same.
Everyone's a pussy, pretty
Everyone is a
much.
pussy, dude. Everyone is a fucking robot NPC that just wants to fucking, they don't even think for themselves. That's why I think it's easy to smoke motherfuckers right now. If you just put like compound time and effort, will fucking like show everybody like the real ones and they will, you know, they will prevail. And I want to try to connect with more people and like have them like, you know, turn this industry in like a fucking super pot. Bro, we're the future.
Bro, you
This is
seem awesome.
college.
You seem awesome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. But I agree with all of what you're saying, like 100%. The just business in general is very cutthroat, and it is kind of like I think Peter Thiel said it, like you expect the people at the top to be like all about competition, but really they're the ones that are collaborating.
They're the ones that give you the most love, man.
Yeah,
And
so
even online business is worse because everyone's behind. You don't know if your comments are from real people, if the hate's for real, if it's
facts.
justified.
Dead
Like,
internet.
bro, it's you and like a number of followers who might be watching, might be hating, might be loving.
But yeah, there's this book that I recommended to Preston a while ago. It's called Parallel Universe of Self, which basically like talks about, you know, a lot of people here project and they're fake versions of what they want to be, but they're just actually faking it. And there's a difference between fake it till you make it and like believing you are the person that you're going to become, like that, you know, that version of you. The difference is they're faking it, trying to create revenue and things like that, but the universe still rewards them because they have a certain level of belief that they deserve what they're receiving. But then there's the other people that are, you know, that can just believe the best version of themselves. And if they act truly like subconsciously about it, like your life will change in huge ways. When my parents did the stuff that they did, I'm, you know, a pretty normal dude, whatever. I started drinking like crazy. I became a complete like fuck boy, like fuck ass. And I was very uncomfortable with it. And I knew that that wasn't me, but it was because I was trying to hold on to a relationship that I never really had a deep connection with. And then I realized that that was the biggest blessing that I could ever have because it taught me how to not be that way. And once I flipped the script again, everything started getting, you know, normal again. But also one more thing, because a lot of you guys are newer and you know, like younger and shit like that. Be very careful with the people you partner with. It doesn't matter if they're fucking the best online or the this and that. Like date before you get married. Treat this shit like marriage. Like get into fucking like deep communications at the beginning. Like be like, yo, let's get in an argument. Like what are the problems that we could have? What are the expectations and shit like that? Because when things get hot and heavy and people like just see money or like growth or the ego and the greed side of it, you make choices that have bad orders of consequence and you don't realize them until later.
I
Yeah.
felt that.
Real quick question for everybody: when was the last time you guys heard this quality of advice slash conversation? I'm just curious because, you know, Preston's hooking us up right now.
It's been a while. I don't know. People are I struggle with day to day a little bit, to be honest, because I think I might be a little bit autistic, but I also just might be a little bit too like intelligent to the point where I just like can't cope with like I don't suffer fools. Um, idiots kind of piss me off, and that's kind of my part that I'm needing to work on and grow from. But yeah, I think this is a banger conversation. A lot of banger people in here doing actual work, trying to better themselves, better the world. You know, that's what we all want. So
Can I give
Yeah.
you can I offer you a solve for the context of what you just said? One of the things that's really hard to do is to know how to identify yourself inside of a context window, right? So I used to struggle with what the perception of intelligence was, right? And that same notion, what I used to call stupid was not necessarily stupid, but a sign of my own denial. So what does that mean? That means that just because you can see things and you can pick up on things that's very well doesn't mean that the other things are stupid. It just means that they haven't obtained the knowledge that you got, right? It's like a hidden assumption. It's basically like me saying, well, I hope you know exactly the same thing as I do, even though I don't know if you've done the work or not. And frankly enough, a lot of people just don't do the work, which is kind of like what the Giphy is in a lot of these which is why the quality of the space can exist, because there's so much perceivable mid shit. Or
See,
or
I understand that with like
That
most
might be the
people.
reason that you don't want to talk to people
right, that would
because,
be
yeah, like no, like I've had a
and
lot
it's
of
real. It's
the
real.
no,
It's
it's real shit. Like my wife gets mad at me 'cause she's like, if you don't give a fuck about something, you don't give a fuck about it. I was like, you're right,
right,
and like
You're
but
right.
it, but it,
and
but it, but but it doesn't. It still doesn't allow you to escape from it, right? So one of the things I've learned to do was like, yo, the minute that I experienced like that little feedback mechanism, because we all had a feedback mechanism designed within us, right? Like we had it since we were children, right? It goes like this. It's like, yo, in order for me to hate anything here, I would have to also deny myself. You know what I mean? Like
Projection.
I can't. Yeah, it's like an internal rejection theory. Like it's like whatever you want to give that
Yes.
name to. It's like that. It's like, oh, I could see it, but it's not me. You know what I mean? But I can't acknowledge anything and not be here at the same time. So it must be both, right? Like that's how that kind of concept of duality, or if you want to tie it to fucking metaphysics, is this, or whatever language you want to put on top of the energetic system, it is, right. So for me, I used to struggle with that until I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm just denying my own existence, I'm just denying my own intelligence,
True.
there's
I'm
there's
fighting
also
myself.
a reality that I had to accept, and I think you might want to have the conversation with yourself in the mirror about it. Like
Hmm.
there's also like truly like it's a little bit of ego. Like it's
Yeah.
because
Oh.
Yes.
it comes off standoffish and pricky, and it's
Right.
like maybe that person doesn't have your IQ or your level of whatever, but you're there.
I
Like
think
it,
part of it is
you're not
also,
being present. You
You're
and
not being present, right?
yeah, I
Right.
think part of it is also largely the fact that like I've suffered being a pushover a lot in my
Okay.
life too.
Hmm. Right. Yeah,
Um,
that's another thing.
so sometimes it is the you're too kind, too soft, and it gets you
Right.
used and abused. So then you become hard and rough around the edges,
Yep.
but you go a little bit too far. And I can acknowledge that maybe my brain went a little bit too
Right.
far, but also like my past relationship was
Mm-hmm.
cooked.
Well, key word. You said pass, as in it's already happened, and you no longer need to hold on to it.
Yeah, no, but like I ain't going like I've been through everything, gang. Like
Right.
I have been through literally just about everything.
I can imagine.
Minus parent of mine killing themselves. That's actually kind of fucked.
Right.
But I've been homeless. I've been like I was on food stamps as a kid. I moved around like
Hmm.
18 times in the first like 9 years of my life.
Yep.
Like I've been my parents had a bunch of shit. Case in point, some things you can move past the past in
Hmm.
with a lot of things, but like sometimes things like fuck you up and scar you, like Anakin
That's true.
Skywalker.
it,
That's
Like
it
true.
you
it's a
know,
subconscious level of you, like it's you're pushing back subconsciously because that's someone who you were at one point and you fucking hate it, and a lot of our patterns come from subconscious
Yep.
thinking, even if we don't fucking believe it or whatever. Like how we are, how we react comes from that. Instead of thinking of it like that, you should be look at it like this and be like proud to like have those conversations and
Right.
happy for yourself in that moment that you're not that motherfucker
Like
anymore. You're
anymore,
him.
right? Yeah, because this is that it's more. It's like things happen, right? They get stuck in reality. Like it's like a footprint of reality, right? Like a
okay,
little trail, right? But at a certain point of your awareness, right? Like when you become conscious that you already been through this shit, and it's almost like, oh shit, I can see those patterns, but beyond that, I don't have to respond to those patterns. It's kind of like the concept of, oh, I've died of 1,000 deaths. Well, every time you go through something, that version of you takes a lesson and brings it forward,
Hmm.
and then you have an opportunity. It's just an opportunity in a present
Mhm.
moment to say, oh, to shift or to change. and then the older version of you dies, and then
I
the new
usually
version of you is born.
I
I
like
call
that.
this shedding. I usually call this shedding, like
Beautiful.
a small death of your own.
Of your own.
But I did realize that like I used to I still do sometimes get really annoyed when people are stupid, and it's because
I agree.
but it's what we're talking about. Like when we get pissed off at someone, it's because when you do that yourself, you don't like it.
Right,
That's
right.
really the
It's
thing.
because you're
Yeah,
very
that's it.
honest with
See?
yourself, and you,
Right.
you have expectations of people being like you. You should. My mentor told me one time because
Facts.
I had this fucking issue, and he was like, test your IQ, and I did, and I like told him my shit, and he's like, okay, that's it, and I was like, what's wrong? He's like,
I agree.
your pattern of thinking is like you don't think in like things. You're already thinking like systems and solved problems and stuff like that, right? Because
Right.
you've pushed yourself to that. And so anything less than that kind of bothers you because you're also not filling your cup with enough intellectual conversations or spiritual ones or whatever. Like when
Right.
I talk to Preston and a couple, like very few other friends, like I love these conversations because like I'm talking to someone who like matches like that energy. And it's like having beers with like your friend, but you work at a pest control company, right? Like they're
Right.
fine with it because they're bitching about their wife's getting fat and like they need to make another $5,000. Like we're talking about like fucking quantum physics and like dork shit, but like we love
Real
that shit
shit.
and we need
Dude,
that moment, you know what I
Right.
mean? And when you don't
but
have it and then you go talk to somebody at fucking like BJ's brew house, you're like, nah, fuck this.
true, but
Agree. Thank you,
I
Preston.
I
Have
do
you guys
find it
ever heard of
healthy.
JW?
What
It's
is that?
it's this guy. Hopefully in the future he's taking a break, but he's just like this kind of conversation. He almost sounds like Chat GPT, and he
It's
talks
funny.
about lowering entropy and quantum
What?
theory and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And he's like on steroids too, and he's like
Lowering
always
entropy?
triggered, and he's
That's
fucking yelling
crazy.
and saying he's gonna kill everybody on the space. But yeah, keep going on.
Yeah. There's something. How about this? The way I see it is that you guys have all been prepared for like at a level for something that's next, right? We all have been, right? Like this is how you get to like
Hmm.
the whole concept of knowing what's next or being able to see the unknown parts. Everybody's not going to look for the same way at things, right? But when you have like for example, there's a shared interest in which is why we're all in this space right now, right? Like there's a commonality that's hidden beneath the surface as far as I'm concerned,
Some
like an
dolphin shit.
architecture that, right, yeah. So and obviously it's like of spiritual essence, right? It's like of that kind of concept, right? And that in itself becomes a new kind of convergence, a new kind of intelligence, a new kind of form of seeing things, right? That everybody gets to express very differently from their very own unique experiences, which is a building mechanism in itself to me, right?
It's our
It
egregore.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, that. It's that. Yes, 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 exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah, you see? Uh, Perfect. Done. It's our egregore, right? So
Dolphin penguins.
yeah, so
I
those,
will
yes.
say
You
I've
see?
I've discovered egregores a while back. I got into occultism and
Uh-huh.
Gnosticism when I was really young. And it's good to feed egregores, but they can be collective as well. I feel like this is one of those cases. But yeah, I really
Yes.
appreciate the conversation we've been having so far. I feel like Los, we can get a lot more sauce from Los on the business side too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be interested in that because, like the Apollo guy said,
What's up?
up until 3 4 months ago, dude, I was homeless myself. I was sleeping in my car, and I moved to Austin with like $30, and
Wow.
since then, I've been, let's say, more successful with my business. I've closed more clients, and I'm building
Congratulations,
momentum.
bro.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. You should be
Yeah,
proud as fuck of yourself. That's fucking awesome, bro.
Yes, sir,
yeah,
bro.
but I just talked to someone about being like spiritually not lacking, but it's like my check engine light for the spiritual side of my life
Mm-hmm.
is on, And I feel like I covered that today a lot. So this feels like a secret society kind of reunion.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
But
Yes, sir.
put it like this: the universe doesn't make mistakes on its architecture, so you're always in the right place.
tell my
Like we can,
mom that,
yeah,
yo.
we can judge it, right? We can judge it and say, well, this is imperfect, until we figure out later. It was like, wait a minute, that was actually perfect for me to learn who
Yeah,
I am.
perfect timing and
You see,
everything.
perfect, yeah, perfect everything, right? Like, and it's weird to see this because, I've watched the internet like an observer from a very different reason. No function other than, understanding more and more context. Not for money, not for anything. Memes, I love memes, right? But like the common. I was waiting for these moments. Like it's like conversations like these, right? Like the stuff that makes the wealth even worth it.
I would love to elaborate on this actually, if
Yeah.
y'all don't mind. I'm
Is
just
this
tapping in.
Ghosty?
This
Who's
is
speaking?
Ghosty. My
Yeah,
name
I've
is
never heard
Ghosty.
your voice.
Hey, nice to meet you guys. My name's Ghosty.
Absolutely.
What's good,
Yeah.
bro?
Ghosty, hey,
Pleasure.
Ghosty is very ghosty. I'll tell you that.
What up, Ghosty?
Me and Preston come from similar roots. We know some ghosty shit.
Right.
Um, but I would love to elaborate on this thing that you were just touching on.
Mm-hmm.
I think we call it quantum as a joke,
Right.
but I really think there's something to that. For example, over these last 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
I run a growth consulting business. We help companies scale with marketing and sales. And I just put it out there. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to do the content game. I'm ready to put my face out there. I'm ready to start networking with other business owners here in Austin, Texas, right?
Yo, I'm from
Beautiful
Austin
place.
too.
Beautiful
Exactly.
place, by
That's
the way.
that's why I joined. I absolutely love it here. Um, but literally within a matter of 48 hours, Jeremy Haynes posts a post, and somehow he's in my DMs asking to pay me to be a part of a podcast for a few hours with a bunch of other business owners.
Wow.
Now, right now, I'm currently walking to my car from a networking event where
Right.
I just got to pitch my expensive growth consulting services to
Right.
10 other
Loaded?
founders here in Austin.
Loaded?
Beautiful.
And
Fuck yeah.
so
Yeah. Go
I think
to.
I really think there's something to it though. Like a little bit of intention can go a long way. And I think people often forget the thoughts, the wishes, the dreams, the sitting down and
Yeah.
marinating on ideas that
Yo.
got you to where you are today.
Yo,
So
It's
bro.
facts.
Those are the signals that become like the beacon, right? Those are
mhm,
the signals that show up. Um,
Dude,
yeah, those are the
I've
signals.
been
Those are the
questioning
exactly.
signals.
this so much, like exactly what you're talking about. Like, what am I doing this for? I felt like,
You have to
what
trust.
is my dream? Bro, it's not funny. Like, I've been thinking,
Most
like,
people
That's
don't have one,
awesome.
bro. They forget about it because they just think about how much they want to make next month, and they don't
I
Yep.
even
just want to
fucking
be a
actually
rock
realize
star.
why.
See.
I just want to be a rock
Yeah.
star.
Right.
Exactly.
see, it's
Right.
very
So
egotistical, but I'm trying to find something like it can't just be
Not.
a Ferrari. It can't just be stupid shit. Like,
Do it for
it's just
God. Do it
unique
for
to
your
you.
family. Do it
yeah,
for
yeah,
your
yeah.
children's, your
Look in the
children's
talk to
children.
yourself
Do
in the
it.
mirror,
Do
man,
it
and
for
tell yourself the
Google.
fucking truth and be like, what the fuck makes me happy? And like look into it. Like study yourself. Like
Yeah.
we're,
Mhm.
we're we're specimens, man. Like people don't study anymore. People don't like look into themselves. People just project other
Mhm.
versions of other people as themselves. So
Yeah,
most people are just a
That's awesome.
culmination of other people's fucking thoughts, man.
The
diluted.
ghost in the shells.
I'll leave you with this quick exercise and then I've got to go.
Yep.
Okay.
Um, Audit your life, audit your experiences, everything you've ever done. And as you're going through that, really think about what did you enjoy about the work that you did? What did you hate about the work that you did? What are the results that you're actually responsible for? And then from there, you'll start to see this like common thread between all the things that you like. And then eventually, if you try hard enough, you can just make a business and an offer around that thing. So you might not like consulting. You might like being a fucking ad buyer, or you might like being a product engineer. But the thing is, it's really hard to trust that if you haven't really audited your experiences and reevaluated where you are today, what it is you love, and what it is you ultimately want your life to look like. 10
Right.
years from now, what does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it actually look like? And you really got to get to like that amount of detail. So
Can I
I
I
add to that
digress.
real quick?
You got to
Add.
put it all in a Google Doc too, right?
I
Exactly.
will.
It
I
has to be
will.
Google Docs.
I will.
It has
Yeah.
to be Google Docs.
Just to add to that, I would tell you to like, and this is a great exercise for everybody because like I don't think you guys should really have goals. You should think of things in objectives, because you don't ever really meet a goal, and you're never happy about a goal. Let's say you want to make $1 million and you make 900. You didn't make 1 million, but if you went and
Sure.
did 1.1, you're like, fuck, what do I do next? You just ignore that you fucking did
That you
the
fell in
mill,
front.
right?
Yeah, that's
But
common.
if you set your life up in objectives, like, yo, this year I'm going to fly here. I'm going to meet with these many people. I'm going to do these things. Bam, bam, bam. You finish objectives, and then if you look at your year and you analyze it at the end, you'll see what you liked, what like happened, because you did shit, and then you can be proud of all the shit you did, instead of looking at like I made $700,000, but I went to Italy. I made like 10 friends. I went to this yacht party. I like fucking like bought
Yeah.
myself a car. And you're like, yo, that's bonkers. Like, what a fucking G. And you start to then double down on more objectives that fulfill you. And then you start like, okay, what is this shit gonna cost? And then you can break down why you want to make money. And now you have a fucking like plan for yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Excel.
And I have one
Definitely
note
Excel.
about this.
I have a
You
question.
have to. I would like to add one thing to what he just said, is that it has to be deep. Whatever you're trying to plan,
Yeah.
whatever that vision is, because it's the act of becoming. So, for example, when I first moved to Austin, I said, I just want an apartment with my girl and I want to have a little business, right?
So that's what
So
you
I
got.
was exactly, I got kicked out of the house I was living in. I lived in a shitty ass
Yep,
apartment
yep.
and it was
Nice.
there with my
Yeah.
Sounds
girlfriend.
about right.
And so the thing is, you have to go fucking deep. You have to describe by how are you achieving this thing? What does it actually look like every day when you fucking get up? What does it smell
Okay.
like? What does it feel like? What does it look like? So I
Hey,
digress. You
hey,
gotta go deep.
Ghosty, DM me. I know a shit ton of people in Austin I can introduce you to.
Yeah, hit me up. Or Los, that
Is
was
that
Yeah,
you? I'll hit
Lowe's?
you up.
yeah, this is Los. DM me. I'll introduce you to a fucking bunch of people.
Hey, yo, I'm in Phoenix, by the way, if any of y'all are ever out here. So,
Yo, I'm in
Phoenix,
Austin.
Arizona.
I got somebody who should be joining soon. That's at those apartments in Phoenix.
Facts. Type shit.
The ones with that looks like the Call of Duty map.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, everybody lives there. I know a bunch of people in Scottsdale, which is like 30 minutes.
Oh, West 6. Oh, shit. Yo, I was supposed to go. Hold up.
Yeah, hope it, oh, there he is, Declan. Declan, request to join. Here, invite. He's in the. What did you call the? He just got a nice crib. He just moved in. He is making 6 figures a month as an affiliate for high level. He's one of the top high level affiliates in the world. I think he is the top in the world.
Let's go.
Let's see. I think he's on his computer. He's like eating. He's like
Who, Chad?
Declan.
Oh.
But
Chad's been playing League of Legends or
someone had a
something.
question. Who had a
Dude, I've been
question?
playing
Somebody had a
Dota.
question. Someone said a question, then they were like, "Oh, well, before you answer that question, what was it?"
Oh, it was me. It was me. My bad. I'm pretty sure everyone was talking about auditing their life. And overall, I guess like I understand like deeper mentalities and deepness of like wanting a wife, wanting kids, whatever. But like genuinely, like what if your goals are just like millions of dollars and bad bitches and foreign whips? You
Low
know,
key.
like it may be
Hey,
shallow, but at least I'm
when you
honest.
get bad
You know?
bitches and all that shit and that runs out, you're gonna be fucking sad. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could
You need some
definitely do it,
philosophy.
but then you're just gonna fucking not know who the fuck you are,
I
and then you're
believe
just
that.
gonna fucking do a bunch of blow and fuck bitches and get a car, and then probably get in trouble with the FTC.
Right.
Well,
those
that's
those
fair.
those those are the ones becoming the NPCs because of a choice. Like that's the best part about reality is that
That's a whole new
it's
matrix.
a whole
I
yeah.
don't want to be an NPC, bro. That's the
Trust me,
thing.
I like when I step my foot into that lifestyle, and it's another matrix
It's a
too.
Yeah,
way
bro.
different
It's eating the
world.
steak. It's eating the
Yeah.
steak.
Right.
I don't know.
I'd
Like,
rather live in the middle, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
I went so far down with looking into AI that when I decided that I kind of wanted to live off grid with a unvaccinated wife, where we like grow up with just like
Same.
a couple kids and no one has a phone at all. And I'm like,
cast
bro,
iron pans,
yeah, like I just want enough money to just kind of opt out of
reverse
all the sci-fi.
osmosis
I don't know what that is. But
for
yeah.
the water. For the
Water.
water.
The
Reverse
Keegan water.
osmosis your water. Yeah.
It's funny. I'm
Have you
into that kind of
have you
shit.
seen the guy on
Yeah.
Instagram really selling the Keegan water?
Yeah.
He's hilarious. That guy, I knew him from TikTok, and then he blew up on Instagram. He's like, shut your bitch ass up. Oh, I'm gonna see if Declan can get up here, but Los or Chris was in here when it first started. He was the first person to join.
What
Thank
up,
you, bro. We've been having a great conversation. Los is here too. We got
Los? What's up?
Ghosty. Ghosty
What's
is
good, man?
a student at Cosmans too. Um,
How we all doing?
but yeah, we're doing good.
Welcome,
We were talking
welcome.
about like the spiritual side of marketing and shit, or digital marketing and
Esoteric
entrepreneurship.
marketing.
Yeah,
Esoteric.
esoteric.
That's
Yeah.
Write
my
that
shit,
down.
dude.
Write that down.
Let's
Esoteric
go.
marketing.
Let's go. That's what I love.
I'm
Fucking
gonna
love,
I'm
boys.
gonna change the title to that.
Dolphin penguins, bro. Dolphin penguins.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Los is pretty. He's probably the oldest one here. One of the oldest, even though he's not that old. Obviously, like he couldn't even be my
How
father. He's
old
not
is
that
Los
old.
again?
But
I'm 43.
Oh,
Los, do you do you sell to feel like you sell to people your age, or do you sell to young people, like, or you just sell to well, to
It's
anybody?
it's
and
it's
Will.
it's a it's a mix. It's a mix because I look like a fuck boy, and you know what I'm saying, like, and I talk like a fuck boy, but like with fuck, so I have like aura, and people like younger people fuck with that. But I also sell to people that wear suits and fucking still have business cards and shit like that. I really kind of like it's 50-50. I barely sell to women. The last woman I sold some shit to was crazy. She was like, she got to like know me and shit because like she did a power day here at like the office, and she was like, "Man, you're nothing like what I thought." I was like, "Can I ask you what you thought?" She's like, "I thought you used to own strip clubs and this and that." I was like, "What?" It's just because of the fucking tattoos and like what the fuck. But yeah, like people have like this thing when they hear me talk like privately, they're like, shit, like you're smart and like spiritual and all this shit. But when they see me on the other side, like it's just I talk because I kind of don't care about making content anymore. I mean, I'm making it and I'm making my AI make a bunch of shit now just because I've said the same shit forever. So like it's hard to be like, I don't have anything else. It's the same shit that it was before, just you know,
The remix.
yeah, it's the fucking like it's fucking it's wild. There's a really good book if you guys write copy for like sales pages and shit like that. Because I started when I write copy and stuff, I think of it like this. It's by Frederick Dodson. It's called Levels of Energy. So like if you're selling like make money online shit or like coaching type stuff, you're probably selling to level 300, 250 energy. It's people that need, that have a desire, that have a dopamine fucking like, it's like no serotonin, heavy dopamine, like very needy, very like wanting, very lost in that stage. When you're talking to like more like 400s and stuff like that, you're talking to people that know themselves, want to find themselves, more like kind of people like in this level of conversation. And so the level of copy that you like actually think about the person, it's more than like ICP. It's like, where is their level of energy? What is really driving them? If you can cater a lot more of like, the hooks and the angles to that person to like really fucking like get down and deep with them.
That's interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
This
was
was
wondering, like,
fire, dude.
mentally, do
Yeah.
you feel, because as I'm growing up, like, I hear people that are my age and get people saying, "Oh, well," I mean, you see some streamers like, "Oh, all your fans are kids," or all of this XY marketers fans are like naive 18-year-olds. And so I always, for some reason, my crowd of people who have bought have
I gotta
usually
go,
been
boys. I'll catch you
older.
later.
Later,
All
man.
right, see ya, man. They've usually been older,
See ya.
It's
and
because
so I
you
wonder if you find it weird at all to sell to young people.
I get excited about it when I can make an impact because, like, I love selling to older people because I'm solving more problems and I'm like in the game, and I like that. And, like, I like winning. And with the younger people, I like being a part of their journey, right? Like when they get it and like they're changing, and you see that shit's fucking meaningful, man. You know what I mean? Like I've made a lot of motherfuckers like millions of dollars, and like we're all close friends now and shit like that, and some of them are 12 years fucking younger than me, and it doesn't mean their mindset or their spirituality is at that fucking age. That's just their biological clock, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Preston, I was able to make it. Sorry.
Okay, welcome Declan, guys. This is Declan. We just made a video right before this too. I was just telling him about X. He has no idea what X is. He has no idea what a space is, like a lot of us. But we're still cooking it, and I think we're gonna cook more of these, and hopefully, some. I got some other people, and maybe Los knows some more people
Yeah,
that are
definitely.
notable, that like are humble, that just want to chill and get on these in the future. But yeah, Declan, tell us what's up. How's the move to Arizona, dude?
It's good. It's good. I still have a place in Virginia, but it's nice to be here in Scottsdale. I've already met a lot of really awesome people here, a lot of content creators. There's a lot of huge YouTubers here too. I'm at the Optima. There's a lot of
Are you
really,
at the Optima in fucking there Scottsdale
yeah. I'm at the Optima in
with
Scottsdale.
what? Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of people there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's
I
huge.
think Cole still lives there.
Yeah, Cole Gordon is in the building next to me. There's what a Noah K or something, some big YouTuber. He's got over 1 million followers. He's pretty big in the AI space. There's been multiple really big crypto guys that are there, but it's been pretty dope just being around here. What does everyone do here? I just pulled up, so I know.
Yeah. So in X Space, we're
OnlyFans,
talking about, yeah, we all do
OnlyFans for dudes.
OnlyFans. Yeah.
Really, that's
Homo-
And
amazing.
Google
homosexual
Docs. We
OnlyFans.
write Google Docs. No, this is an X Space where you can just say whatever you want, but we're talking about esoteric marketing.
What
So
is that?
you're a marketer, you're making 6 figures through being an affiliate, driving traffic to one of what I believe one of the best software platforms that there is for small businesses, and you're the top affiliate, right, in the world.
Yep, for about 4 months
Okay, so
now.
tell us the hidden secrets, bro.
The hidden secrets. Find one platform and just absolutely rape it. Too many people are spread way too thin. All the guys I know that do retardedly well, like Jason Wardrop is another guy. I mean, I think he's close to 600 a month.
And tell them how many followers you have on YouTube.
I only have like 20 some thousand. I don't have
And he's making 100,000 plus a month, guys, and he has
135.
20,000. Yeah, he's making that much a month. And some people out here, they think that they need a huge brand. And what do you average on your YouTube videos too?
Dude, like maybe like 1,000 to 1,500 views.
No shit,
Exactly,
dude.
guys.
That's
It's
So
sick.
so
like,
What
if
the
low.
this does
fuck?
not motivate you, so I
How many
flew.
videos are you doing a week?
He's doing every day. But I
Wow, bro.
flew over to his place just to live with him and see his life. And this is like a month ago I met him, and very inspiring. And yeah, he's got a great work ethic. He's Catholic too. But tell him the esoteric secret you told me if you feel like you want to tell him
Yeah.
about the type of people that you hire.
Oh yeah, this is a major hack. So basically, I like have vetted and tried a lot of people and hired people and tested a lot of shit, but I've come to find that Mormons,
Oh,
especially,
dude.
no,
No,
hear me out,
dude.
No.
hear me out, hear me
100%.
out.
He's
No.
right. He's right, dude. I've worked
From
with Mormons most of my career.
from Spanish Fork in particular, that area, I'm telling you, dude, they are like actual slaves, bro. They're the best. There's no one like them. They're smart. They're humble. They will work overtime. They go above and beyond. They want to see you succeed. I have never seen, and there seem to be all the ones I have found to be like that. And they're the most honest people. And that's been a big key to it. Is like obviously AI can do a lot of stuff, but for certain things that AI can't do, when you need legit solid humans, dude, I'm telling you, man, Indians like
Mormons are the
this,
best.
other
This
white,
is
I
real esoteric.
they're so good, bro.
They're
You
great.
guys should check out hiremymom.com. They're all Mormon moms. I'm not even joking.
Oh
Oh,
Whoa.
shit! I'm going to that
Is that
website
like
right
on
now.
It's
porn?
not a porn site. It's not like fucking
What's it
it's
called?
hiremymom.com. It's not like fucking MILF porn. It's mostly Mormon moms that do great at like fucking customer support or like fucking being like, concierges for like clients and stuff
oh,
like
that's
that. Like,
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just looked it up. You're right. It says Hire
Beautiful.
Mom is a trusted remote job platform.
They work like fucking donkeys, and they're grateful as fuck, and they're
Yeah,
fulfilled, and they're pretty affordable.
Are there Mormons in the Philippines?
No, well, no, Preston, you don't have to pay them that much. Though is the thing. Like they work like
Yes,
mine were literally working like 80 to 90 hours a week.
bro.
No
They make their own clothes. They're cheap.
Wow. Are they Americans?
Yeah,
yeah, dude, they're
they live in
white.
Utah, man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, Utah's an interesting. They've got pockets
They
of.
don't do caffeine, but have 3 fucking wives.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
they're so
it's
and they can't even watch R-rated movies. That's how strict they are.
But they can smash like 6 people at a time. And that's a vibe.
They can't. No,
Wow.
they
They're
can't.
so weird.
Only the rich ones can do that. Only the rich.
Oh shit, really?
yeah. You
Yeah,
got to be
trust
tapped
me.
on
I
like a
asked them.
separate
You got to be
level.
final boss to be able to have
Yeah,
multiple
you got
wives.
to you got to
Town
ascend to
hall.
that.
I love that.
So Declan, so now we know that you have Mormons that work for you. So all they care about is God and working for you, right? And
100%.
so this is your backup funnel. And tell us how you're able to, with just a couple thousand YouTube videos, like get that much traffic to that convert into everything that now leads to, you said you have a 10% churn rate, which is like one of the lowest for affiliate for high level.
It was 9 to
Declan, do you run ads? I'm just
no.
blown the fuck away with like, because like I know Pavel, like he's been one of the biggest go high level guys for a very long time. This motherfucker gets tens of thousands of fucking views and posts all the fucking time. So to do what you're doing is fucking like world class shit, dude.
Yeah.
And he wears a robe the whole time.
Yeah, in a bathrobe. Oh
That's
yeah.
fucking sauce.
Pavel's got a lot of followers too. Or not a
That's
lot.
what I'm saying. Like, it
Yeah.
makes sense that he would fucking be the number one guy, but for you to fucking like pass him and shit like that with what you have is fucking like wow.
Yeah, I know over like as far as like monthly recurring, he's definitely ahead of me because he's been doing it longer.
Well,
But
that's just time. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but the leaderboard as far as like new growth, that's what they scan it by how many new people you bring on per month and how many new commissions you get. Yeah, I'm definitely ahead. I think the interesting thing that I've come to realize because I hired this guy, David something. He's like a YouTube guru, and he looked at my shit because at first he's like, "Dude, I don't know how you're making this much money. Like your channel like kind of looks terrible," but he looked at my analytics, and I'm not the best at reading this kind of shit, but he was saying something that due to AI, there's like this new audience matching, and he basically said I have it like perfectly dialed in. He said that if you post consistently enough on one platform, a very specific kind of content, like ultra niche of a niche of a niche, he says that it will only serve it to the exact fucking people you're looking for. And I guess over time, even though my videos, like I have some videos that legit have like 700 views after a couple months, but I get so many signups because it is only the right people.
But what's because there's a lot of go high level guys, right? So like, what's more niche that you're doing there?
Dude, great question. Is it Los? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, yeah. Nice to meet you,
Yeah,
bro.
great question. Look, I actually don't know. That's the fucking thing. That's what I'm trying to reverse engineer and figure out. Is like, I know I have good videos. I know I have a really good community. I think I have more testimonials than everyone else. But I wonder why my videos get the audience match that others don't. That's what I don't understand. Because
You need to download fucking CSV into like fucking Clay and also like try to enrich your data and find like the outliers and like just like segment your list. How big is your list?
my email list,
Yeah.
dude. I think. Let me check. Actually, that's a great question.
I
That's a
mean, so
great
so
question.
you don't email them a lot, do you?
No, I do. I do email, but that's what I have my Mormons do. They do that.
Oh,
Let
The
me look.
Mormons,
dude,
It's
that's
a
you
Mormon
amazing.
task.
you should also I'm telling you this because I am partners with the number one Shopify guy in the world, and we have a newsletter together. Separately, don't like also build out a newsletter. You will make another $100,000 a month just from other sponsors, obviously that are not Go High Level. And then at one point, Go High Level might even fucking end up buying your fucking newsletter. I sold 2 newsletters to SEM Rush with that exact model.
Wait, newsletters? Like how do you mean?
Like, okay, so the difference between a
Like just
email
solicit
list and a
email.
newsletter is an email list is something that's your personal brand. You're fucking hitting them with offers. You're doing whatever. A newsletter is basically like the hustle or like morning brew. It's this like just aggregated content. you can be the writer, but like it's just value, right? And then as that goes, let's say like you separate it, like like separate it 100%, like don't do it in the same thing, and just add value, give content, insights, all that kind of stuff, link to other shit. At one point you sell that through sponsorships, right? And so let's say you're doing your 100 racks or more on Go High Level, but then you have your newsletter. Other software companies will come in and be like, yo, like I want space in the newsletter, like ad space and stuff like that.
He signed a
Interesting.
non-compete, right?
But
Yeah.
you don't have to sell anything that Go High Level does. But there's a million other things that these people want, do, read, etc. So the more you know the audience, the more you can like. Like someone
You
taught me
can
this a long
cure.
time ago. Yeah, they were like, dude, someone's going to fucking sell your audience something the fuck else.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
don't
it's true. It's true.
All right. Well, let's get Lance in here. He's going to say what's up for a quick second. So, Lance, he has over 500K followers on TikTok and gets millions on Instagram. He's one of the funniest people that I know, and he's making money online from doing his videos too. He's got brand deals. If you want to speak, I was inviting him to speak, and then he left real quick. Let's see if he's going to join back. If he wants to speak and say what's up.
I've seen a lot of going back to the newsletter stuff. I've seen a lot of talk about local newsletters, like creating newsletters through like small towns.
I'm about to try that out and test it. I can't give you anything concrete, but I believe in it. So one of the theories, like I've spent a lot of money on ads nationally, right? And it's not because, well, it became on purpose, but it was because I couldn't fucking sell my soul in Orlando. I live in Orlando, and like I couldn't get anybody to buy my shit for $500 when back in the day. And so I did shit online. But then I started thinking, I was like, man, what if I like tried to be the mayor of this fucking city and I just like ran ads and PR and like I did like I have this system called perpetual propaganda, which is basically like retargeting value, all that to like segmented like places. And so if you do some shit like that, what if you were the biggest person in your city? There's millions of dollars there, but no one thinks like that because everyone wants to go big addressable market and all that. But like, bro, there's so much fucking money around there. So I am about to start an Instagram, or, like a TikTok and all that kind of shit, and then do the local newsletter thing. Because I've also heard a lot of people are killing it. My First Million just did
Yep,
a thing with a
I
guy that's
saw
doing
that.
300 racks. Yeah.
Yep, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, dude. So I have a buddy. We used to work together. He moved to Asuncion, Paraguay, and he's in with the Asuncion Times, which is like like the New York Times, but for that city. And I was telling him about that because he's developed now where he's like well connected in the city because he ended up basically just pitching to become a free content creator to like uh promote like positivity towards like for expats to move to like Asuncion, Paraguay. And he's like a local celebrity now. Like he gets like backstage access at shit. Like he speaks on stage now.
He gets
Literally all
hosed
Yeah,
for
straight up, dude.
sure.
Like he hosts events on like the nicest rooftops, the nicest restaurants. He knows like all the owners of all this shit. Um, and he moved there like not even a year ago.
Dude, and that's
He's
Paraguay. Like the shit we can do in the US is,
I know, I know.
it's better. And it's probably the same
Yeah,
amount of
for
fucking
real, for
competition.
real. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
probably
straight up.
less competition though because everyone in the third world is like, has
Yeah, 100%, dude. No one's competing with trying to be the biggest person in their fucking area. They just try to compete and like fucking take ad space and fucking shit from trying to like be someone like in the US. And like if once you start running ads, you realize nobody's fucking anybody, bro, except for like Cardone and the big guys that are pushing that shit. But they bought their way into it just like anybody can. But if you do it locally, like it becomes a lot cheaper. Like I do a lot of private equity stuff locally now. And it's just because I only advertise around here because I don't want to travel to fucking run fucking businesses.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, real quick, can I just quickly figure out what everyone does here? If you guys quickly just tell me. I have no idea what you do, or Sutter. I have no
I
idea what you guys. So
overall I help scale companies and then I help them sell.
Okay, interesting. Kind of like private equity.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Preston's
And he works
unemployed
with
nowadays.
celebrities too.
What
Cybersecurity engineer.
was that? Never. Who said that?
Yep, never.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
I've
Sutter,
been
what do
in
you?
I've been in direct sales since I was like 20. I'm 27.
Oh hell yeah.
So door to door sales teams across living all over the US. And then now I'm involved in like the real estate like mortgage space.
Interesting. Do you like Giuliano Massarelli on Instagram?
He's funny, dude. He's funny. I respect him, yeah.
He's so. I actually tried to get a collab with him. I'm so close to getting it because I know one of his boys. So it'd be fucking
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, he's funny.
He's legit.
I'm
Is
like one
Lance
degree of
here? Can
Yeah, yeah.
Lance?
Can y'all hear me?
Yo, what's good?
Also,
Because
where does everybody
Lance.
live?
What's going on?
Wait, let's get Lance to say what's up.
What's up, everybody? No, I'm just here to pick some knowledge. I mean, my my expertise, I guess you could say, isn't really in direct sales or anything like that. I make TikTok videos and work with brands, so I know a thing or two about the algorithm, but that's about the extent of my knowledge. And I don't really do any like hard ads. I do a lot of soft shilling in my videos. So
Ain't
uh,
nothing wrong with that. Nothing
yeah,
wrong with a little soft shill.
exactly.
What's your TikTok?
Right. It's my TikTok's Champagne Lance.
Okay, dope.
He's hilarious. He's the
Dude, I
funniest
think I've
guy
seen
on
you on some
TikTok.
YouTube videos.
Yeah, I just recently, like back in November, I started taking it a little bit more seriously the end of last year, and started posting on Shorts and Instagram Reels also. But I've been on TikTok for just under 2 years now.
Great to meet you, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to hear you guys speak.
Yeah, and Lance, what are you soft shilling?
Kalshi. I work a lot with Kalshi, the prediction market. I did
Oh, is that
some
like a betting app where you can bet on anything?
Futures
yeah,
markets. Let's be
yeah.
nice. Let's be nice. Okay, it's not a betting app. It's futures
You
markets.
can you can bet on the weather though.
You can bet on the weather. You can bet on how basically the oil price. You can bet on a lot of the stuff that's going over in Iran right now. So
Paul
Oh,
Skeens MVP for this World Baseball
And
Classic.
how many views do you average a month?
I mean it fluctuates. Like right now, it's been a good couple months. Like I think I'm at 68 million this month. Um, and then I
Nice.
think it's been steadily on the rise. So I think maybe last month was like 48 mil. But it fluctuates. It's like anything else. It's kind of cyclical. After a while, people get sick, and then of seeing the same person, and then they'll filter back in.
Yeah, the most I've ever gotten is like 4 million in 1 month. So that is insane. I don't know anyone in here. Maybe someone does. Los, have you had that many views in a month?
Not unless I fucking buy ads. But
Yeah.
six
I was
hundred
teaching
thousand
Lance about
is
like
like my biggest
cost per
video.
milli. Because when we were talking about brand deals, and I was doing the math, I was like, bro, you like Super Bowl ads cost so much, and like you're on the For You page all the time. You know how much ad space like should cost in your videos,
yeah.
and
Bro,
so
you could probably get equity in companies.
that's
Like
so yeah.
I know
He's
you
he's
can.
working. He's still working full time right now, and I don't know if he wants to speak on whether or not he wants to pursue it full time and all that, but.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I think it's still kind of like feeling this space out. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket where that's concerned, but I think it's a matter of kind of leveraging, because what Preston and I were talking about last time is a lot of my videos are like reaction style videos. So Kalshi's a great brand, and I think they're very smart because they're like, we don't care, we'll worry about the backlash later. But there's definitely some IP implications when it comes to reacting to somebody's video, which is their IP, and then soft shilling Kalshi. Obviously there's some considerations there, but I really think that there's something there. And anytime I get the opportunity to speak to people who aren't necessarily in like the, you know, organic, just trying to get views niche when they're trying to push a product, my only thing was like, people are going to talk about a given topic anyway. So just trying to make that happen underneath my video was always my goal. So as far as any advice would go, not
algorithm specific, I think that's like a good rule of thumb to carry forward is like, you know, people are going to talk about whatever it is anyway. So if there's something new in the industry or whatever the case is, trying to get that to be under your content is key, even if they're not directly talking to you or about you, because it helps push you just the same.
So never. I know you kind of covered a little bit of the SEO of videos, but algorithm wise, what do you have for us? Because obviously you're way more successful in getting views than anybody here.
That was Lance, wasn't it? Not Never.
Yeah, that I think that was Lance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lance. Sorry, or
Yeah.
the person who has a lot of views. Is that Lance or never?
Yeah, Champagne Lance. You should
Okay, yeah,
follow him
that's
on
what I meant.
TikTok too.
Yeah. I mean, algorithmically, I would say, um, like it's kind of like the basic tenets. Like, there's not really some like master key volume, obviously, but I'm sure you guys already know that. Like, volume's key. What really changed the game for me was like I went from posting one video a day to like 4 to 5, and that was like, you know, like just constantly being on it. And I think feedback is really good too. Like, I know it's hard, especially when content's not the priority, but like you have to be dynamic with it. So what I used to do is I used to spend like Sundays recording all my videos for the week, and this was still when I was just posting one, and then I would like post them throughout the week. But you don't have any time for feedback where that's concerned. So you can't, like, if you notice something on a Wednesday, then you can't implement it again until Sunday. So that was another thing that I noticed that really helped me out, was just making sure to carve out the time and increase the cycle speed rather than trying to like optimize something at the beginning or the end. And then it's like the first 3 seconds of a video matter more than anything else, really. I mean, it's about like finding out what your niche likes. Whether that's like comedy software, you know, I know there's a lot of go high level people in here, or whatever that may be, and making sure to grab their attention like in the first couple of seconds. Like, anytime I do a video where I'm not reacting to anything and I'm just talking, it's like the keys that you see online, like camera movement at the start, if you want to be like picking up the camera or like just the tips and tricks that you see online, like making sure to implement those and take the feedback right away. Like, it's like anything else, like A/B test it, right? Do one video like this and then a similar topic with a different hook, and if hook B does better, keep using, you know, hook B with regard to the camera movement at the beginning or whatever the
Okay.
case is there.
Can you get away with like trying to not edit and just like fucking good hook, decent story, but like not really giving a shit? Because editing just makes me fucking annoyed.
Yeah, I don't think it's really editing. So when I started, what I used to do was like my thought, it was right when clipping was becoming like more mainstream in 2024, or at least when I noticed it becoming more mainstream. And what I used to do is I used to have like a camera set up as my webcam, like a Sony A64, like a better camera set up as a webcam, and I would like force clips like it was from a stream, like they were authentic, but really I would just record it until I got it right. And I would go through this complex split screen editing process, and then I realized like my I've started doing so much better. I just look at my phone and yap after a video, like just full face. So I think quality and like the editing is really really overrated. I think a lot of it is like how you enunciate, um you know, how you look on camera, how you
True.
Eyebrows.
yeah yeah
Yeah,
like
we turned him into a context profile one time, and
yeah, no, yeah,
I did
Preston
his
did.
like eyebrow movement and all this shit, and there's like trying to literally get him to like force himself to speak in certain fluctuations and all this, but
Yeah,
he's got it down to you. What is it called? The Griffin method.
yeah, I mean the Griffin
What is
method does
that?
help, but it's like the speed up, slow down. Like, I don't know if you've seen a bunch of those
John
John Kiriakou.
Kiriakou. Yeah.
Yeah, those John Kiriakou reels, like that method.
It speeds up and then slows down at really funny parts. It makes the videos like so much funnier. And then he adds,
Is that
like we talk about like sounds on TikTok and on videos are really important. So he'll add like a sound to it too, and then it makes the video like fucking hilarious.
what's your thoughts on this, Preston? Because
On what?
you're in the more B2B, I guess B2B.
What are my thoughts on
TikTok?
his marketing?
Yeah, on algorithm and tactics for content on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I think that clipping is really big and important. I don't have the infrastructure to do it, so um, I kind of clip my own content in a way, but I record live kind of moments of me doing some type of material or asset or training, and then it gets bit up into pieces that either fail or succeed. And a lot of times, sometimes the one clip will do better than the full video, and then people will be sent to the full video. But um, what I've learned, uh, the biggest jump that I had in followers, which I was not expecting, was like when I went from like 80 or 90K to like 150 in 1 week. And it was not because of a post I made, it was because of a post someone else made about me.
Who was it?
It was this guy who was, he also had like 50,000 followers, and he was in the AI space. And he happened to take my idea of this interesting concept I brought to TikTok, and
You
about
remember
how to.
name? Was it Owen?
Uh, no, I don't think it was Owen. It was an older guy, and he gave me credit at the beginning of the video and in the description, so he didn't steal it. And this ends up being his best video ever, and it gets like 5 million views. And like it's his best video on his account, and I ended up getting so many followers from it. And so that taught me a lot about
Rage
like
baiting or
no, it was good. It was a positive thing.
yeah.
Like he was giving me full credit, so it like kind of taught me about unsolicited ads in a sense, because I didn't pay him. I had no idea this was going to happen. One, it was all the good I put out with not charging and giving all this information, and someone redoing and giving me credit. But it showed me about how, if you really wanted to take a step further, you could pay people to like
Right.
disclose
Was it?
you in a viral
You know,
video.
I saw like I was in like a cohort with like Dan Coe, um, and he was saying that like if he was starting off on X, he would just like pay people to retweet his shit.
Yeah. I will say I've been on all
Wait,
platforms
where did
now.
you
X
meet
is
Dan
the
Coe at?
hardest though. Like I could never live or rely off of being an X marketer. There's something about TikTok, the community aspect and the native, like just calming of your nervous system when you're on it, and how it feels like home, to where people
It's called
really build
dopamine, bro.
relationships with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer
And
the
yeah.
whoever asked the Dan Coe question, I was in like one of his cohorts he was selling. It was like a group of like 50 people.
Okay, yeah, I see him at the building walking on the track.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy.
That's what he does. He walks.
Yeah, I saw him the other day. I was like, "Is that Dan
That's where he gets
Coe?" And
his
I like looked
downloads
at him
from
like before
source. He
me.
just goes on walks and turns that into viral X threads and
Yeah, he looks so angry all the time.
He does.
But yeah, back to B2B. I mean, so Declan does B2B, but or not B2B. He does like B2C, but his is on YouTube, and Lance does just B2C, but he makes like entertainment videos, and then he monetizes them through brand deals and partnerships. And then like Los is working and doing a service specifically, and um, what I'm doing is I'm doing through TikTok. And I found that the one thing is like that I learned from Nick Cosman was like viral dynamic YouTube sales letters, to where they're kind of like current trending event kind of memeified just videos, but they're also like a sales letter at the same time. And
Hmm.
there's a lot of friction in them, and if you make it through the friction, then essentially you're really like just into the content itself. And so I started posting those on TikTok, and I have several 20-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, 40-minute videos I put on TikTok that went viral and
Yeah.
had a ton of conversions, and no one uploads long form on TikTok. So
How
I think that's the method.
how do you feel about this strategy for YouTube, Declan, of like mixing up a VSL style video with like a non-friction VSL with content? Is that what you're doing?
Not really. I should try that. I do know what's been working really well on YouTube is just having retardedly long videos. Like I have a video
I
that's 12
noticed that
hours,
too.
12 hours long,
Oh,
bro.
that's
And
too
the
much.
people watch it all the way through.
What the fuck did you do for 12 hours?
No, you just combine videos. That's the thing. You just take all of
Oh
your
shit, that's
videos
genius.
and then you have your
That is.
editor splice and add like special like chapter markers like
Oh
like a
shit.
slide on screen. But not only do you get like decent ad revenue,
That's for Lowe's.
people stay and they fucking, I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I have one video, it's like the ultimate go high level tutorial. I think I've gotten at least 600 signups from that, which
Yeah.
over time LTV is pretty high
I
off that.
noticed that today because this guy in our space, Nick Sarive, Preston will know. He started doing like these 4-hour videos, 2-hour videos, and now I notice even what's his name, Alex Ramosi is going really hard on this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's dude, I'm telling you, it's the move. It's also a big thing people do is they do
Going live stream is
second
gonna be
lives. They
fire
do
Yeah,
too.
lives and then they just do long lives and then cut it short.
yeah. This is
Yeah,
huge
that
right
sounds
now.
like the method. That's like the kick streamer method
Yep.
but if they were
But
selling
B2B, yeah.
services.
I feel like,
I thought about starting a
It's like
kick stream, but it'd be so boring.
it's like Roy Lee did
dude, I
that,
want
didn't
to
he?
do it. Did you say fight a quick streamer?
Like no, like start a kick, and I was like, that's good. My life isn't fun.
Yeah,
Like, so I think it'd be boring as shit. But like, if anybody ever wants to do live YouTubes and shit, because I just get bored doing shit by myself.
dude, me
So
too.
I'll talk like a motherfucker with people all day, if you guys can tell.
Yeah, we could do these, but video. I don't know. But yeah, if you do consulting, like just recording them, like kind of like Alex Ramosi, he does consulting for these people that call him, and then he suddenly has a lot of valuable content for like unique situations that some people will relate to that are very
The Dave
niche,
Ramsey method.
just like Declan was talking about.
Yeah, he said he made a quote or something about how he realized that who did I just Dave Ramsey, that he was able to sell a course without it seeming like he was selling a course, and so he got that idea from Dave Ramsey to do the live shows and then turn them into content.
Yeah, I just worry about like giving away sauce on content.
No one's gonna do
No,
anything.
dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
nah, dude, I've given
Literally,
away too
nobody's gonna do
much.
anything, and if they do, you'll be happy. But it'll be one guy.
Yeah,
Dude,
no
nobody
one
I
does
give
anything.
away,
And at least he'll be remembered long term.
dude, I give away so much free shit, like free snapshots, free stuff, like all this stuff, and people still will either sign up, buy more shit, or not do it. And the thing is people will judge you on your free shit, not on your paid shit. So when you give away amazing free stuff, like I've done this to everyone else in the high level space. I've kind of like ruined it for everybody, but I will take what people have for free, their snapshots. I'll make them better, then I'll give them away for free. You don't even have to sign up with my affiliate. You just have to give me your email. So what that ends up doing is it fucking undervalues everybody else. So when you give away the free shit, even if it's some people would give them the sauce, you just have so much fucking sauce on your back end as well that like your free shit is better than everyone else's paid shit. And I'm telling you, people will just flock to you when you do that. I mean, that's Hermosi. Hermosi's like prime like strategy
Yeah,
is
That's
he
that.
he
funny.
did he did free book, like dollar book funnel into leads into $100 million weekend for your just like arc.
It
Dude, well, have you guys watched his courses on his website?
no.
Yeah, they're
They're
insane.
the
Yeah,
best fucking courses ever.
For
Like
what?
as far as that shit. For like his lead magnet video is so solid. His stuff with the basics of like content, it's unbeatable, dude. Now, if you're trying to do more in-depth stuff, you may have to buy like his workshop, but for basic shit, you just watch his videos, you're set. That's the
but
best.
that's the like hook and the like everything is basic. That's why he can talk in generalities. When you charge someone like more money, you're just telling them to do what your free shit is. I used to have
Right.
220 people that paid me fucking $35,000 for the year, and they would still be like, "What do I do?" And I'm like, literally, like just
Just kidding.
this, and they still wouldn't do shit. It was horrible.
Yeah, bro. That's
You can lead
funny.
a horse to water.
It's Declan wasn't here for our more esoteric talk and spiritual, but besides getting in touch with the spiritual side of my life, I've been thinking heavily about getting back into making YouTube videos, and now we're having this conversation too. So I feel very fulfilled. Yeah.
Do you have past videos that you could like montage? Because I've seen that's another method. I got into it watching somebody and building like a parasocial content relationship with a creator through like a compilation of videos that they have from 3 years ago. And I'm like, I would pay this guy still. And he hasn't made a new video. He just compiled all of his old clips into new. Do you have any old stuff that you can repurpose?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Because that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, I don't know if I want to make new videos, but I know I have a ton that
Dude, that is
and at
exactly.
one point they were so valuable, but just because time has happened, why are they now
They're
less?
How,
still just as
Bro,
valuable, dude. I'm about to start doing the same shit.
people still watch Friends, you know.
hey,
Yeah.
Yeah,
uh,
that's facts. That's fucking.
question for you, Los. How do you feel about Substack and stuff as like part of the funnel, adding some, depth and
I think you got to have like a fucking subscription and all that. It's for the smarter people. I would throw shit on LinkedIn and Medium. I'm about to start it's like some two things that I'm about to start testing just because like I really don't want to fucking make more content. The only content I'm gonna make is like live videos of me in my car talking shit and like fucking giving my opinion. Because like based off like my buddy Ryan, who everybody calls it the Hermosi method, it is literally actually the Ryan McGinn method. He built that structure of like fucking doing those videos, and then he had an NDA, and so he couldn't say it. So I'm saying it for him because I know all that shit. But like he was like, dude, stop making videos that matter. Like just fucking give your opinion, and then fucking everything else, just write it. And so I'm gonna do micro accounts. So like I'm starting the Spiritual Savage podcast, but it's gonna be like a YouTube, and then I'm just gonna chop that shit. Then I'm starting one called Private Equity. The handle, and then I'm just gonna talk like private equity content on that on like Twitter and LinkedIn and shit like that. And then I'm just gonna repurpose a ton of my videos on multiple accounts using different like fucking AIs to just like post them out and like chop it up and just focus on distribution that way because you don't remember what the fuck you wore yesterday. So no one fucking knows what the fuck videos anybody has seen. And at the core of all of this, still all of us are fucking nobody. But if we post 10 times more, the volume of this shit is going to find more people just by default. And the time of that is going to make you do more. So that's what I'm doing. And the Substack cuts that opportunity because you got to sign up. I think you got to pay sometimes and shit like that. But Medium, LinkedIn, and all of those is like more where like you can get a bigger addressable market.
Hey, real quick, guys. Sorry to interrupt. I gotta head off. I gotta go to bed here.
Yeah, you don't
Where
need
can
to
I talk
announce
to you guys
yourself.
longer? Like, where Preston, are you gonna be doing these more often, or do you guys
Yeah,
already?
yeah, we're gonna do these more often. You can always feel free to pop in and out because with these types of spaces, sometimes they go on a long time and you're off your phone, then you get back on it, you open Twitter and you're like, oh shit, and you rejoin.
Yeah, that was me.
yeah.
Perfect. Bro.
I
Hey,
was like
good shit.
30
It was
minutes
good
late.
meeting all you guys. All right.
It's great meeting you, man. I'm gonna DM you and say hi.
Please do. It's Declan O'Reilly official on Instagram. That'll be the easiest way to get hold of me.
Congrats on the new place, Declan.
Yes, sir. I look forward to meeting all you. Wait,
Oh
are any of
yeah,
you guys down
and
in Scottsdale or Arizona?
pimp your Twitter out too, like put a bio and everything.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah.
Wait, is anyone here from Scottsdale?
No.
No.
Fuck. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll see you guys soon. We'll figure it out. All
Sorry,
right,
dude.
guys.
Uh,
God bless. Peace.
But yeah.
oh yeah. Awesome. Yeah, well Los, I think that spiritual thing, my goal is I want to start getting bigger on X, and I know some people on here are
I
like
really want to get bigger on X too.
I
Like
feel like if
yeah.
you're big
And
on
I think
X, it's like the biggest flex. If you have like,
there's real money
yeah.
on X, man.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's like literally the greatest minds of our entire fucking existence and world and life, all are on here.
And porn,
Yeah, that
Oh
too.
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
which is just
No,
I mean,
but
hilarious.
I
that's what I was
think
talking
like
about.
I dead ass could think that we make a niche on here because
I think we can grow this a lot.
there's so many sub niches on X spaces and people that you join other spaces. Like let's say Los really enjoys this space, so he just starts a space on his own, but Chris follows him, so he joins. All of a sudden he's like
It
following
cross
all the
pollinates
speakers on,
across.
yeah, on
Yeah.
Los's thing, and that's how it happens. And then yeah, people invite you on stage and other spaces. So I think we could all, this
Yeah.
is the future.
Yeah.
We should definitely start some sort of a group so when everybody posts, people get reposted and shit like that.
Yeah, I
My,
did. I'll invite you to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what's everybody's like? What are some goals that you guys have this year? Like, where can other people in the group support you and shit like that?
Yeah, Lois, I'd love to pick your brain. I just got into this new vehicle. It's the guy that I'm working for, he sold his business to private equity a few years ago. And started this new thing. It's in, I don't know how familiar you are with the mortgage space or like the lending
Uh,
space.
I'm familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like complicated too. I mean, you can look up HOPER, the Hoper program. It's not a down payment assistance program, but it's kind of similar. It's for FHA buyers. It's like a financial product that this guy's like looking to sell, and I'm like one of the first like few salespeople. And
Nice.
the product market fit is kind of insane. Honestly, it's a little niche. It's very niche.
Who's the audience?
FHA buyer, like we're targeting loan officers or regional banks that have loan officers under them, and they're offering this to their FHA buyers as a way to get into homes. And
Okay. I'm a advisor to the companies. They're about to go public. It's called Big Block Realty. They're a mortgage company. And I'm a partner in another company called Funding Hub. So I know a lot of like lending and shit like
okay,
that stuff. So two things that I think would work for you is work with AI and start a fucking blog, like, you know, like in some YouTube or whatever, maybe like a faceless channel and all that kind of stuff. Just focus on content and start basically like a ranking, you know, like, hey, this is all the information of fucking FHA buyers, all that kind of stuff as like a blog, you know, that like rates things and all that kind of stuff. So like kind of like a lending hub and like what fucking not credit karma, but like the points guy did and all that kind of shit. You will get a fuck ton of traffic, and then you can retarget that traffic specifically more so on YouTube, because it'll just come in through that more. And then also, I would go to smaller localized banks because you'll be able to get on the phone with credit
yep,
unions
yep,
and fucking small banks a lot faster.
yeah. A lot of what we're doing. I mean, I literally started this last week and been shadowing, but it's right now we're just hitting the phones, and that's like what I know. So like I can talk, I can communicate, I can kind of, basically my right.
And you could rip a lot of those lists, and then you can enrich them with Clay
Yeah,
and do cold email.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's very ground floor. This financial product's only been around for like 18 months, and they're in Arizona. Oh, you're not in Arizona. You're in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm in Orlando.
Gotcha. I'm in Tampa right now. I'm not going to be here
Not
much
bad.
longer, um, but yeah, I'd love to pick your brain on that.
Yeah, DM me, tell me about it, because like I can connect you to some people that like.
Yeah, I just like,
Uh,
yeah, obviously you have connects and space. What I'd love to do is like explain to you like what I would explain to them, so you can
yeah.
kind of see the value of it, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Yeah, anybody that wants to jam or whatever, man, I'm happy to
Yeah,
fucking talk.
Yes, sir. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna post more. I think this is recorded. I'm gonna try and download this, put it on YouTube too, and then we're gonna do more of these, and I'll schedule them and turn post notifications on, and all that.
That would
But
be
this was
nice.
a good space. I'll see all y'all. Have a great week.
Yeah, nice to
Have a
meet
great
you.
night, guys.
Nice to meet everybody.
Likewise. Thank you.
It's great to meet everybody.